Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Let's go. Agree to Disagree. Live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every Sunday. And we're brought to you by our doc. Got to make him yours. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, located in Burlington, Princeton, and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We'll have the doc on around 11:15, 11:20. Obviously talking about injuries around the league. We'll talk to him about Carson and his thoughts on that injury. We'll get to the doc around 11:15. 11:20. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Robbie Pove on the ones and twos. The family out there joining us. Let's talk about it. We'll have 5 questions at the end of the show with Robbie. NFL Whiparound against the spread for the degenerates out there that love to throw money around. We got you covered there. Keys of the game.
Spend that cash.
Eagles, Rams. We got to talk keys of the game. If we have time later on, we'll do a little Sixers convo. Play today at 3. We got to dive into them a little bit. But our show is heavy. Eagles, Rams predictions, previews, all that tied into our poll question, which, again, is right to the degenerates. Who do you got against the spread on Sunday Night Football? Eagles plus 13. The Rams minus.
Now?
It's 13.
Flying up.
Rams minus 13. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. We'll give you our score predictions. Offense, defensive player of the game. We want yours as well. Chance to win money from us to you. All you got to do is screenshot it. Send it to A2D Radio. But listen, offense, defensive player of the game is a tiebreaker, babe. So that's why we need it. All right? You can give scores all you want, but 10 guys got the same goddamn score. Unrealistic to have the same score.
Yes.
But still, we need tiebreakers.
Pretty unrealistic.
We need tiebreakers. We're answering all your questions, comments, concerns. I said it Wednesday when me and Sweepsy were talking. I said, listen, if you got something positive about today, please bring it to the table because I need it. And I'm a guy who usually doesn't need to lift things up and look underneath things to find positives, right? I'm usually not that guy. But this is hard on me, and people out there calling me negative. I'm not being negative. I don't see how you win this game today. There's ways to do it. I get it. It's the NFL. But this guy who's playing quarterback today, even though we want to crown asses, and I love the guy, but he's inconsistent. You don't know which guy you're getting. He come out and throw 4. He could also come out and throw 2 picks and throw for 200 yards. You don't know. So the blind loyalty and blind faith that this football team's just going to come out and dominate a game. Hold on.
What's wrong with that?
No, hold on, because Nick's here isn't realistic, family. It's a different football team than last year. Now, can everybody around him step up today? Sure. But is there enough talent around him on the defense side of football to step up? I don't think so. But listen, we're going to talk about it. Maybe my score goes Eagles' direction. I don't know. Maybe I spin you. Spin you round, baby. You know what I mean? Maybe I spin you around a little bit here today.
No, I don't think that's a song.
I made it up. I make a lot of things up, Will.
What's the complete agitation?
I knew you would help me out.
The complete agitation is because of the Foles lovers.
The over
I mean,
love.
if it was just I'm just saying, if he was a regular dude, you're fine with it.
It's not about the love. See, this is where it's not about the love. It's
you're
about
extra agitated this week.
Because I am because
seriously, someone's shitting his fucking Cheerios.
Yo, you know who's shit in my Cheerios? I'll tell you who's shit in my Cheerios. The people that want to say he's better than Carson. That's where this issue started.
Well, I mean, what if he comes out in slings? He's not better than Carson.
Stop. You're better than that. You're better
I know he's not better than Carson, but Carson wasn't getting it done. Carson wasn't playing bad. I'll be the first one to tell you, everyone that thinks he was playing bad is wrong. He's struggled in the first halves. He has. But he's played great in second halves. But, you know, what if Nick comes out and wins today, you're going to sing a different tune next week, I bet. Tommy be playing a different tune next week.
There's no tune.
Tommy tunes.
I just sat here and said
instrumentless.
I just sat here and said he'd come out and sling it today. I'm not saying he can't, but to act like this team, there's people out there, they're going to win 3 in a row and blah blah blah. Like, dude, that's blind loyalty to one guy. When you realize last year it was more than him that got us to where we wanted to go.
Maybe they're just fans and they're just hoping.
Listen, and I'm fine with it. But you can't hope.
You got your hate hat on.
No, I got my hate hat on because he's not better than 11.
Your hate hat's
he's
on.
not better than 11.
Okay,
That's
I
where my hate
understand.
hat comes on.
Like,
all right.
You know, you can
call it hate hat all you want, or you call it
massage
realist.
Carson's cock all you want. It's fine, but we can still root for Nick to play well.
I'm not rooting for Nick. I changed my stance.
I
changed my stance.
I don't know about all that.
I did a video yesterday saying, you know what?
Now he's changing stances.
I did a video yesterday. Guys doesn't want to listen. Earlier in the week, I said, you know what? With you people out there, you're driving me nuts.
You were like EDP.
Hold on. I said I want him to throw 5 picks. And then I settled down because all my videos are in the moment and in emotion. They're right?
Tough comp there.
Yeah, I'm not even listening.
He's gonna start wiping his ass on videos soon.
I'm not wiping my ass on videos. What I'm saying is I fell into their trap, right? Because they're hating Carson, and then I found myself coming and hating
Why do
back.
they hate Carson?
I don't know. This is what I'm trying to figure out. So then yesterday I said, you know what? I'm stooping to your level. I'm better than this. I hope he does come out and play well. Okay? Because I'm not going to let you guys dictate this. But I just don't see how.
You really, man.
Sticks and stones? So you rose above it.
I rose above it. I always have.
Proud of you.
Always have. Nothing new. Nothing new. And listen, this was the guy last year that sat on when it was a couch, sat on his couch and told you Carson's ending weird ways. This is how it's going to end. Nikki, if I wanted a guy to come in for this team outside of Carson, that would have been my guy. I said it. Hold on.
No, let me go.
Go.
I totally agree with you there.
I said that. Did I not say that?
You did. Listen, he predicted, last year. But we got to remember, he's predicted for the last 26 that we're going to win it. So, I mean,
little crad Jack.
Where your eyes are closed, you're eventually going to hit something, you know? I mean, so, now listen, I love you. I'm just saying, but for 26, you've been predicting titles, and now you flipped. That's what we don't like. We don't like to flip. Normal Tommy would be telling you, Nick's coming out, dick on the table, and we're smoking the next 3 games. Where's that guy at? That's what I want to know.
Because the team's not good enough.
You're 36 and you're a realist now? I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it. Where's Tommy the Believer?
Where's the
Tommy
shades?
the Dreamer?
Where's the green
shades? I miss Tommy the Dreamer. Where is he?
Where's the green shades? Yo, I thought you were wearing your green hat. I thought we were going streaking.
Bring your green hat.
I thought we were going streaking.
Snoop. Listen, no, you're right. You're right.
Snoop a loop.
But this is what some of these people have done to me this week. They took me away from. Listen. This season ended last week. I don't know another way to say it. Like, if you think this football team as a whole is good enough to go into L.A. with their quarterback down, and you just think that this offense is going to be better, I can't see it. Now, can it happen? Can offensively, can they play well enough today or tonight? Yeah, sure they can.
Maybe he spreads the ball.
But hold on. Defensively, how are you believing it? Where on this defense, outside of this front four, that can maybe get pressure? Where are you believing it? In the secondary? You believe the secondary is good enough?
I actually thought our defense didn't play that bad last week, outside of getting burned on 2 long plays.
Bro, this isn't the Cowboys.
It's happened all year.
This is the Rams. This is a different offense.
Cowboys have a pretty good offense, man.
They're not the Rams. Can we be real?
I agree. Listen, the worst part to us is that the Rams got absolutely shut the fuck down on Sunday on national TV last week, and they got a bad taste in their mouth from that. And then when they get us at home, that's not a good recipe.
No.
Okay, that's the old recipe for disaster.
It's a shit cocktail. It's a shit cocktail.
Or if you want Tommy positivity, that a dreamer, right? Or that's a start of maybe some bad football for a minute. You know what I mean? Maybe Chicago found something, exposed something. Listen, Chicago's defense is really good.
They found that you don't let them run the ball and you pressure the fuck out of them, they're going to struggle. That's the
pretty good recipe.
I was going to say that's a recipe.
Anybody.
It's a recipe. That's not a recipe for disaster. That's something delicious. Yeah. Now we're cooking up something nice. All right? Seriously.
That's a stew. That's a winning stew.
That's a stew. That's definitely something real nice.
All right, let's get into the family.
Real nice.
Sean Spielman, first comment.
You think Schwartz watches other games though?
No.
You see how the game ended last night?
You don't watch any of
Was
it.
that delicious from a defensive standpoint? How the game ended last night? Fucking blitz! Blitz!
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know how to blitz.
This guy's got him!
Sean Spielman says, first comment, I win.
Smells.
William Gore, what's up, fam? What's up, Will?
Billy Boy.
And he's taking Rams.
You win another year out of Eli.
Jesse,
be a good one next year.
Jesse Nichols, a resident Cowboy roacher, says, get ready for the draft, guys. Yep, we're not far away, brother. Can't run from that one. Benjamin Joshua, nah, man, you're good. Foles isn't anything special. He's a backup QB. Wentz is 100 times better than Foles. I don't know if Benjamin's messing with me again because I know he's been critical of Carson, and that's fine. And that's fine. I don't know if he's messing or he's being real. I think he's being real, though.
You better not be messing.
I think he's being real. Tom's the dreamer's back.
what's Mr. Gore saying? Somebody, Tanya Harding, Goff. That's a pretty good way to help the Birds. Yeah, probably the only way. Benjamin Joshua says, disrespecting the receivers isn't cool, though. They have a really nice group of receivers. They do, but they haven't got it done. So, as a whole, I mean, they just haven't got it done. William Gore says, I agree, but do we know who the Rams' backup QB is? No, we don't.
Who cares?
Curl says, none of these Foles cock slurpers never mentioned how good the defense was last year. Yep, I mean, that's left out. It's a short-term memory loss for these people.
Slurpees.
Slurp talk.
Everybody's heading to 7-Eleven getting a couple Slurpees.
Spiel says Eagles are going to need a consistently good backup QB because Wentz can't finish seasons. Okay, now we're not finishing seasons. We're into this game.
He's a Giants fan. What do you
expect? We know what's coming. And Benjamin Joshua says Jenkins' play is being overlooked. He's been great with his shit show of teammates. Yeah, no, he's had a good year. He's had a good year. I mean, you can't run away from that. But
I was thinking about attacking the Giants. I decided against it. But everyone's sucking Saquon's cock, and rightfully so. Kid's a stud, and you got one more win than the fucking Jets. I mean, like what? What's going on, Spells? Eli's going to be QB again next year. Have fun. Another 6-win season. Wasting Saquon. Good pick.
It was. I mean,
good pick.
It was a good pick.
It's a good pick. I mean, it's a good pick. He'll sell jerseys. A lot of kids walking with Saquon Barkley jerseys on. He'll sell jerseys, Spells.
All right.
Ain't going to get wins.
To the poll, who do you got against the spread tonight on Sunday Night Football? You going Eagles plus the 13, or you going Rams minus the 13?
Since you're Negadelphia, I'm gonna bring the believer back. Okay? And I'm saying
cover,
take the Birds money line. Let's go. Big Dick Nick. Winning it outright.
All right, he's going outright, Sweepsy.
35-34. Birds.
It's a Ramsey roll job.
So you're taking the Rams minus the 13?
Yeah, 38-17-ish. I think I said the other day.
38-17.
It's disappointing.
Listen, I'm gonna take the Eagles. I'll take the Eagles. I'll take the Eagles plus the 13. Now, when we get the predictions here in a minute, and offense defense is part of the game, that could be a different tune sang over here. But I'm gonna go Eagles plus 13. Maybe they can cover this football game tonight. But I always take the Birds. So
you're worried about them covering?
What?
We're not even talking wins?
Well, no, we're talking wins.
We need a win.
We're talking wins.
We don't care about covers. We need a win, goddammit.
Rob Lubman telling me to calm down. I scared his dog. Well, guess what? Your dog's soft then, Robbie.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. My dog ain't going to get scared with a little barking and yelling.
Couple soft dogs over there.
All right. It's just right to the owner.
Yep.
What's the owner like?
Couple soft dogs over there. Yeah.
Yep. We see you.
Mm-hmm.
We see you.
Yep.
Sean says Eagles plus points, Lock City. So.
Yep. Was that Spellman?
Yep.
Christ, now we're going to get blown out.
You know that's coming. You know that's coming.
There he
is.
So
listen, here's the big one. We want your predictions, score, offense, defensive player of the game, chance to win money from us to you. All you got to do is screenshot it, send it to A2D, and we'll pay you the hell out if you win it. We need it now. Jump in, punch it in. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, A2D Radio is where you can find us. So score predictions, offense, defensive player of the game, boys.
35-34 Birds. Let's go. 35-34 Birds. Big Dick Nick, offensive player of the game. Defensive player of the game, strip sack. Michael Bennett. I'm going with all the scumbags today. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Scumbag City.
Scumbag Central. Yeah. Getting my ass kicked in all three of my semifinals. Dominated leagues all year.
That's how it goes.
Getting kicked.
That's how it goes.
Kicked right now. Just terrible.
Sweepsy, score, offense, defense, player of the game.
38-17 Rams. It's an angry girly for having a monster day. And
don't do that to me.
Donald's just so good. So that'll get 2 sacks. I'm not going to deep dive the Rams. You asked me because they won. So.
Yep. All right. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see what I can muster up. Because it's a struggle to try to find the win today, even though I love taking the Birds, obviously. And a lot of the negativity talk directed at
Who do you like in a loss, then? Go ahead. Who do you like in a loss?
Who
plays well in a loss? Who plays well in a loss?
I'm holding on to it.
If you can't get to the finish line. So you don't have to pick any Rams because I know it kills you. Right?
No, I'm going
big fella.
I'll take the Eagles. I'll take the Eagles for the sake of just argument, all right?
I need a hero.
We're saying a little positivity today. That's all. You know what my score was Wednesday. It was heavy Rams.
Well, there you go.
Right?
There you go again.
Well,
Flipper.
he's trying to bring me back.
Oh, flip-flop.
Flip-flopping. The guy's trying to bring me back.
Flip-flops.
You're an asshole.
Ginobili!
You're trying to bring me back in. You're trying to bring me back in.
I'm bringing you back in.
And I come
Bringing you
back
back in.
And then you don't want it.
Bringing you back
And then you don't
in.
want it.
Ginobili!
What'd you get, 34-21 Eagles? Is that where you went?
No, I said 35-34.
35-34.
Birds!
Let's go.
I'm not psycho and thinking that we're going to stop that offense.
No.
Let's go
There.
34.
wanna shoot it.
I'll go
That's what you
34-31 Birds. Offensively, I'll go with Alshon.
Look at the kids back in.
I'll go with
And the
Alshon.
kids back.
I'll go with Alshon offensively because, we know that they have a good chemistry together. So, that
I like that.
makes sense on the offense side of the football. On the defense side of football, well, if you're going to win this fucking football game today, it's Heavy 91 needs to say, hey, Aaron Donald, for this week, I'm better. And that's the only shot you had today up front is he's got to want to prove on a primetime game that I'm in the same conversation, if not better tonight. And that's what he's got to do, Fletcher Cox, for them to be able to win this game or honestly to even keep it close.
Flex your cocks. Let's go.
That's just the only way I see him keeping it close.
Flex your cocks.
Jake Friel said, "What's up, fellas?
What's up,
I
Jake?
just have a feeling all the
What up?
false talk. I could see an upset. That people will be saying trade Wentz. Yup. You know it, brother. You know it. If this guy wins a couple games, it's going to be the conversation. It's what everybody's going to be jumping to." Rob Lutman says Gurley over 200 yards all purpose today.
Jesus, there's Slutman coming out.
Rams get 5 sacks. And Ben Joshua said if the Eagles win, it's going to be all Foles, which isn't happening. And I don't disagree with that one either.
David
It's
Roski, your Rams
almost
aren't
like
getting 13. They're
I
minus.
agree with you, Ben. It's almost like a Super Bowl replay. You know what I mean? That's the kind of game you need to win today. Like a 41-40 game, like, Willie was saying. It's, strike, maybe make one play on defense and to get you to the finish line in a slugfest, So
Of course,
we'll see.
we got Rosca coming out on YouTube with all kinds of ridiculous predictions. 35-0, 45-6. They looked good on Sunday night, Dave. Solid on the road, didn't they? Looked real good.
Ben, people have been saying it already. You're saying nobody's going to say trade Wentz. There's been idiots out there that already are in that conversation. So you think that's not going to get worse?
Pre-run?
Like, listen, there's a lot of
Pre-run?
there's like a lot of smart Eagles fans, but there's also a good majority that are fucking dopes and idiots. And I have no other way to put it than, with all due respect, it's just the way it is. There's, today's social media, everybody can have an opinion, and some people's opinions just keep hitting you over the head. So it's just the way it is. I don't agree with it one bit.
It's the way it is.
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous conversation to even have.
They'll
But
never be the same.
that's the way like they were saying yesterday, like, oh, if he goes wins another Super Bowl, like, dude, they're not winning a Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll be rooting.
That's what's making me laugh.
I'm rooting. I tell you what, if Nick wins,
Talk about iconic.
iconic. I'll tell you this right now.
Jesus.
If we somehow run this out and Nick wins the Super Bowl for these people that have been smoking that peyote and telling you that, if that actually happens, I'll trade Carson and sign Nick because it's not going to happen. But I'll do it if that happens because I'm fine with back-to-back. Let's go. I don't care.
I'm not doing it
That's
regardless.
fine. I would.
I wouldn't
Get
do it
2
regardless.
first-round picks for him. Let's go. We're talking back-to-back Super Bowls. You got to sign the guy.
Would you hang out with Sticks last night?
No, but I'm just
Were
saying.
you over Jay's house?
I wasn't over
I mean,
Jay's house.
that just sounds
I
like
think- no,
he's been
but
really,
that's iconic. I mean,
this is
really
what
getting
happens.
up
This
in
is-
you.
you know what happens here, Tom?
You would
Since-
have to admit that's iconic. I mean,
Since
come on.
you have
a run like that?
And then I deal his ass.
Huh?
I deal his ass.
Come on.
No,
you know this
my
team's not good enough.
Lord.
So if they
Oh, my Lord.
if they
deal
went
him.
bananas,
Oh, my Lord.
I deal him.
Lordy.
I deal Mr. Iconic
You're the worst.
for a first or two.
You're the worst. You're
Bro,
the worst.
you're telling-
a guy wins you back-to-back Super Bowls. You've been craving. You've been hoping to suck on that your whole life. You've been craving for it.
Especially
He wins
the
you
second
back-to-back, and you're going to ship him.
Yep, the day after
second
Broad.
one.
You're going to ship him.
The day after Broad.
You're the worst.
No, I'm not the
second-
worst.
You're the worst.
Especially
The day after Broad.
I told
Especially
you.
the second one.
The day
With
after
this
Broad.
Seriously.
team, with
I've
this
told
team.
you before that there's a show on FX called You're the Worst, and I'm shocked every week that you're not the star because you're the worst. The worst. How could you do that to the guy? I'd blow him on Broad. Fuck. Let's
Okay,
go.
I traded the next day. I don't know what else to tell you.
Terrible. Terrible person.
As Charles Barkley would say, that's just terrible.
That's terrible.
terrible.
That's terrible.
So your rest of your little run here will be dedicated to a 33-year-old quarterback.
If we win another Super Bowl, yeah. I'm fine with that.
And you're dealing a guy who's 26.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
We get
That's
2
fine.
first-round picks for him.
Yeah, that's stupidity at
Reload.
its finest. Stupidity at its finest. It's not even a
We're
conversation.
not going to win a fucking Super Bowl.
Well, you brought it
but
up.
if we do, Dick's on the table. Let's go.
Nini Goose Me. I probably got his last name wrong, but 40,
Goose me.
Yeah.
Jesus. Somebody got goosed. Whoa.
Goose Me. Goose Me. I got nothing. 42-34 Eagles.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Let's go. Goose me up. That's what I'm talking about.
No, he's not, Ralph. Say, Ralph, how much do you know about the Eagles, Daddy? You try to take a shot at how much I know about the Eagles. Dude, it's a team option for 2019, okay? Wake the fuck up, Ralph. That's what I'm here to do for you. Because you want to come in and assume you know what the hell you're talking about, and he isn't a free agent next year. Team option. So wake up, Peter Pan. Grow the hell up.
Woo, Count Chocula.
Moron. You don't even know what you're talking about.
What's little Ralph talking about?
He said, see how much time he knows? The Eagles, Nick is a free agent after this year. No, he's not. Team option for 2019. So you want more facts? And that's no notes in the making of that stat back to you, or that fact back to you, Ralph. By a baby clue.
Hashtag it.
Ben says Foles would have to taken the Giants to the playoff. Foles would have taken the Giants to the playoffs this year. Eli sucks. Gives a little shot at Spiels.
Yep. Eli will be there again next year, so something to look forward to.
Bird Gang over on Facebook or YouTube. Sorry, goes Eagles 28-17. I don't know how the hell you're holding them to 17 today. I love it. He says Douglas
got
player of the
Rasul.
game, 2 picks. I love what you're thinking, but I just
Rasul
don't see
goal.
how we hold them to 17. Family, let me know how. Let us know how we're winning this game. For the people out there that are picking the Eagles.
35-34.
How?
Big Dick Nick. Dick on the table. That's how. Let's go. Touchdown with 42 seconds left to take a lead.
They never get it back, he says. The guy says they never get it back.
Ralph still thinks he's a free agent, and he's wrong again. So he's going to continue to make himself look bad, and that's fine. We're in the business of letting Ralph make himself look bad.
He's been making himself look bad his whole life. I mean, what's stopping him now?
Don't change anything.
Don't change nothing, Ralph.
Ralph.
And then he says we're getting blown out today.
What up, Ralph?
We could, Ralph. We could. There he is, Negadelphia Ralph.
Greg Ordile.
Moved to L.A.
Our defense has 0 chance.
Yeah, we're in big trouble, Greg. I mean, I think we all know that. We gotta hope we get to Goff and somehow stop Gurley, and then pray to God that somehow the secondary holds up. It's a lot. A lot of praying.
Ben says,
Yeah, it's a long list.
Farouk is the man. Hit your knees and start praying.
It's a long list.
Ben says Golden Tate, Ertz, and
Domination,
Alshon
domination right there,
all go over 100. That's how they win. So he thinks a flat out spin party.
Guess what? That means Nick's Dick's on the table, like we said, because that's at least 3 hondo.
No,
if my math works, that's at least 300.
That's a twister party. That's a spin party.
Spin party.
Greg says if Zeke Cooper,
I love that one. That's a good one.
If Zeke Cooper and Dak torch the birds for 600 yards, how does Gurley, Woods, and Cooks and Goff not go over 1,000? It's true. Brian Seaver says we lose by 39. Greg Gordile says that would require Schwartz to blitz. We know how that goes. Yeah, but another guy buying into it. Another guy buying in that Jimmy doesn't change no looks up.
Jimmy.
I don't expect nothing different today.
Jimmy
Mr.
looks.
Schwartz. It's what he likes to do.
Straight ahead.
Mr. Schwartz.
Just like to look at the titties when I do it. Just straight ahead, Jimmy.
Just missionary.
Straight ahead, buddy. I just like to look at those fried eggs.
Scrambled titties.
No, we look at offensively, and we're not
I do love titties.
we're not banged up like we are on the defense side of the
As do
football.
I.
You know what I mean? We're not as banged up offensively, obviously, as we are defensively. So I guess you could, pray for the offense to play well, which they haven't done all year consistently. What am I waiting for?
The almost spit up on the classic.
Yeah. So offensively, we haven't played well all year consistently enough. Okay. So how today do you believe this offense?
We haven't done
can be
anything
consistent?
consistently enough all
Because
year.
we talk about points in the first half, points
Nick,
in the first quarter.
That's how.
You think
Nick coming out slinging.
So you think that
sling
or
party?
obviously the injuries are
What we need to do is we need to get the ball.
The injuries are crazy on the defensive side, but it's got to be one of those Patriot games again. When you went up to New England, you got to score from everything. You get a special team score. You get a defensive score.
Yeah. You need some crazy shit. Like what we need to do seriously is we need for our chance to win today. Like that's what we're saying. Chance to win, like being real, is we need to get out fast. Okay, we can't start slow. We've been starting slow all season. We need to somehow score a touchdown first. Okay, maybe get a turnover. Like, can we get a double-digit lead on the road early and then somehow try to hold on? That's what we got to do.
Can you get a fumble on the kickoff?
Can we get I'll break another bobblehead. I will. I fucking will. All right. I don't want to talk about that. That's the most egregious thing I've ever seen. I don't care. The fact that the NFL hasn't come out and apologized about that is ridiculous. Because there's 4 Eagles there. Clear recovery. There's no one on the other team there. Yeah. Unless the ball's going through the ground and we're not going to be able to get it. What the fuck? And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I made my point clear.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
Jake Field says, here's the only positive today, is that Ertz breaks the tight end reception record today. Other than that, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Benjamin
I
Johnson,
don't care about that.
we should never call him Jimmy. Rest in peace, Jimmy J. Oh, yeah. We'll call him Schwartzy.
That is correct, yeah. May the Schwartz not be with you.
Timothy,
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Timothy Galbraith says that call was bullshit. Yeah, it was terrible. And Adenine says it's a Super Bowl game tonight. Knicks night tonight. I hope you're right. Greg Ordell says some ref help for the change. Damn zebras.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I just don't. Yeah, Pootie Tang. I seen him chiming in over on
Pootie.
Saying strip sacks. Yeah, that'd be a positive tonight.
I mean, listen.
Berggang said the Rams defense is trash. They've been exposed all season. The way we win is Doug will run the ball 35 times. Adams and Sproles will have a field day on the edge. All right. That's a lot of positivity.
That's a lot.
And I'm not saying their defense has been lights out all year. I'm not saying that. But, it's a game at home. I'm not as concerned as much about us offensively against their defense as I am us defensively against their offense. How can we slow that offense down? How can we get enough pressure on Goff to create turnovers? How can we slow Gurley down? How good will this front seven be today? After an overtime loss, how does this football team get back up? How do they get back up? That's a big question because all week last week this was your season on the line. So how do you find and dust yourself back off and get up off of a loss like that in a tough, I'm not saying a tough place to play, a damn good team to play in their building, regardless on how many Eagles fans are going to be there. You know what I mean? So you got to go to their house, travel West Coast, off a team that came off a tough loss themselves. So I don't know. I just don't see how you get back up when all week last week this was your season on the line. And you lose that game.
Well, this is legit. Your season on the line now, legit.
Yeah.
I mean, if we won all 3 games, we'd probably make the playoffs. Now, I mean, the chances of us winning all 3 games are not very good. Yeah. And today is the one that's the hardest obstacle.
Now, hindsight's always 20/20, but having seen Thursday night's finish, and that how Doug has been aggressive his whole life. Do you think he should have went for 2? I know as a fan, and you don't get it, and then you're like, fuck, our season's over, lost.
Maybe,
I'm just saying, I'm asking. That's all.
Guess what? No, I agree with.
I know they don't grow on trees.
I agree with the fucking extra point kick from the beginning, but then you get that penalty where the guy hit the center or whatever, and we take it on the kickoff. I'm of the opinion that you just move it to the 1 and fucking go for it. Go for it. That's what he's been making his bones by going for it since he's been the fucking head coach, and now he doesn't go for it.
I don't disagree with it. My only point back to that is now you're taking a point off the board. That's all I'm saying. You're in a tie game. And they're big believers. These guys. Hold on.
As soon as we lost the coin toss, game was over.
These dudes are big believers in not taking it off the board. Like, what's one thing to go for 2 when it's not there yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going for 2. You're down 1 anyway.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
But now now you kick it.
9.
But now you kick it the tie game up. You know what I mean? Your defense got stops throughout the day, at least enough of them.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to kill them on it.
No,
I'm not
this
going
is
to
my
say
other
that's
side of
why
it.
they lost.
If
I'm just saying, like,
if
his,
you're going to say
his
go
nature
for
is
it.
an aggressive nature.
No,
you know
but
I
I'm
mean?
saying,
And,
like,
you know,
he's saying take the point off the board and then go for it. I think if you're going to go for it, you got to go for it before
There was a
you
minute
kick
35
it.
left or something like that. I think if there was less time, he would have gone for it. But because there was so much time, he didn't want to, because he was like, we could
field goal
actually
wins it
get the ball
anyway.
back.
Yeah, field goal wins it anyway. So, if we don't stop him, we don't stop him. That's my thought process. But you're right. I mean, he was an aggressive guy. He goes for it a ton. Just maybe in that situation, you can make the argument, your offense is starting to feel good about themselves. That's the time to go for it. But I think that what really hurt it is, you kick it, the penalty happens, and then it's like, I know how these guys think. Like, am I going to take this point off the board now? No, we're just going to keep it and hope our defense can make a play.
Well,
it didn't work out for us. It didn't work out.
They made a play in the end of regulation, but then they won the coin toss. I was sitting there like, win the coin toss.
Yeah,
Fuck!
I just look at it like
true.
I just look at it things like, like I said, I'm not going to throw shade at the guy. I mean, it is what it is. But, I look at it when you're undermanned and you got a shot there. I know, like you guys are saying, there's a lot of time left. So who knows who's saying the Cowboys couldn't march down, even though they didn't. But, when you're undermanned, you take your shot when you get it. You know what I mean? Like, if that was the time to – maybe put the kill shot in and win the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been against it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like to make
just like Anthony,
to your guys'
like
point.
most of these guys are, Dougie won a Super Bowl, so I think he's got some house money. All right, that's all the more reason that I would do it. You know what I mean? I know it's in a city where people kill him. I get that, but Jeffrey's not. He's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? So Jeffrey wouldn't have called him in his office and said, "Hey, for not kicking that man, I think we're gonna let you go." You know what I mean? So you just take just like I said, Thursday it was what it was. It's easy when you get it. You know what I mean? But you just didn't want to give the ball back to Mahomes, you know what I mean? So, but you can see around the league, all these guys, just like Vance Joseph, right? They're coaching scared, you know what I mean? 4th and 1, down 4, the guy kicks a field goal yesterday. It's just, so you see it more often than you don't. But it's just, it's like I said, there's probably too much time for it, like you said. So
yeah, like I had no problem with him deciding if they wanted to go for it there, and if they didn't get it, they didn't get it. Like I don't have an issue with that. You know what I mean? I just feel like once you kick it, it's hard to take it off and put it on the one. But it's
just as many times as he's went for it. I figured they got
the devil's advocate of it.
They got a ton of plays.
The devil's advocate of it is
they
the
got
guy.
A bunch in there.
They do it. They go for 2 a lot, and I could see why. Looking back on it, it's like, oh, maybe you should.
Well, looking back now, obviously, hindsight's 2020. You're feeling great about it. But I want to jump on YouTube real quick. Pootie Tang, if we win and somehow make the playoffs, do you bring Carson back to get playoff experience, or let Nick stay in? If we somehow make the playoffs, Nick's staying in. I mean, let's be honest. If he runs 3 in a row here and we make the playoffs, they're not going to take him out. Do you think they would?
Well,
I don't
they said 3 months.
In the playoffs.
But hold on, they said 3 months. So
well, first off, if we won last Sunday, Carson would play this Sunday. It's a stress fracture in your back. It happens. It's not going to get worse.
Okay, we win the night. Does he play next week?
Yeah.
Carson.
No.
If we win despite of Nick.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he's
we win
not
despite.
He's not
that
we
can. Not that we can.
He's not going to play now. They're shutting him down. That's what it is.
I'm in agreement with that. I'm in the believer. Like, hey, this is too much.
But I'm saying if we would have
won 17-10 somehow.
If we would have won on Sunday night, he'd be playing today.
I agree with that.
It's a stress fracture, guys. Guys are freaking out like, how do they not find a broken back? It's a stress fracture. They're not even. It's like they have. It's not like it's going to be fucking handicapped.
But like, how much do you guys think that? Like, granted, he was on the injury report week 6 and 7. We're gonna talk about this with the doc in about 15. But he was on the injury report week 6 and 7 with a back spasms. Right now, how much do you think? And this is the Carson I know. You think he's running in and asking to get that looked at? You think he wants to come off the field at all? Just the kind of warrior he is. Everything he did to get back this year, all the work he did. That's why, to me, it is so important and so vital for this guy to have a full offseason, as full as it can be for him. So I'm not even letting him, to your point, I'm not even letting him touch the field anymore this year. I'm not, because I can't risk it again. I can't risk him not having OTAs and preseason games and all the things where you gain chemistry with your guys. I need him there on the field. It's one thing to be in the book, right, in the playbook. We know he knows all the plays. It's another thing to throw that route in practice and gain the trust.
And plus, there's no reason
it matters
for it because, like Willie said, if you're winning, it doesn't even if even if Niner's not filling up the stat sheet or doing his job, you're still getting W's. So if you're talking about playing meaningful football the next 3 weeks, that means you're winning. So you don't disrupt that chemistry or whatever, you want to call it. You know what I mean? So you just
Carson's done.
You rest him and that's
Carson's not going to play the rest of the year.
You rest him. You
No,
shelf him.
Even if we make it to the Super Bowl, Carson's not going to play the rest of the year.
You shelf him and that's it.
When you say 3-monther, like rest, 3-month rest, and the back will be good. You right there say, okay, that's it. You're done. You know what I mean? If anything's getting 3 months thrown around at it, there's no reason to bring you back. Like I said, the offseason's so important to him and to us as a fan base and to these and to all his teammates. It's so important for him to be there this year, unlike last year on the practice field. It's important. And I think you're going to see how the dividends it plays in 2019. I truly believe in this kid more than I believe in a lot of athletes in this city. And that's why I get upset
I don't
with
like
the Carson
that
hate. Okay? I believe in his work ethic. I believe in the warrior he is. I believe in his toughness. Hold on. I believe in all of it. And it's hard not to, right? So I believe that he's going to get the work like he always does, and he's going to come out and win MVP next year. And you don't have to believe it.
No, I just wanted to throw some trash on you, that's all. I believe in Carson. But
you don't believe that I like.
No, but the last two Tommy's sons haven't panned out so well.
5 didn't pan out?
No, I'm talking about 5. I'm talking about the last 2.
Hold on, but 5 was my guy.
Last 2,
5 was my son.
The last 2 are Nelson Aguilar, who's been on the milk carton all year, and Odubel.
Dude, they're not even the same conversation, bro, as a
kid.
franchise
This
guy.
is son
Shut
talk.
the fuck up.
Tommy's
they're
son
not
talk.
even in the same conversation. These are just guys I
son.
like. You're talking about guys I like. I love this man.
You
okay?
love them too.
Dude, it's different. You're talking about
2 years ago.
You're talking about generational
2 years
guys
ago,
for
you
guys.
would let Odubel move into the basement and not pay.
He's a professional athlete. Of course I let him move in for the fame.
And you wouldn't even have to pay.
I think it has. And I also
Well,
back
I'm a house guy. I love people around.
I think he's been playing with it for. I think he's been playing with it since he came back. I mean, those first couple weeks he got destroyed. And it kind of makes sense because how many times the knee we're talking about his mobility and stuff and getting used to it. And I get it. He missed a lot of time, right? But those accuracy issues don't have that much to do with the knee. It's more with the back, if you ask me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's something that just doesn't. You don't follow through. You're just not.
It makes
sharp.
sense.
And he hasn't been sharp all year, so. You can only use the knee. So
he was sharp.
We know one leads to.
I thought he was sharp early on in the Indy game. There were times where he was sharp earlier.
Getting beat up.
But that ties right into what you're saying. That's when the beating up started happening. So now you're talking about week 6 is the first time he shows up on an injury report. It's a lot of football we played since week 6. So now you understand some of the reasons why we're like, man, he's inconsistent. That's not like him. But his numbers are still good. That just shows you how good he is. I mean, shit. That's why I got the confidence. If this guy playing on a one leg essentially and a bad back, and he still can put up them kind of numbers, right? And we're still in football games through all that. If you don't believe in 2019 that big things are coming for this football team and this organization, then I can't help the people out there that don't want to believe in it. I can't. You can believe, some of you jabrones can believe that we can go to the Coliseum tonight and win a game like this, right? Where everybody banged up. But some of you same people won't believe that 11's going to come back better than he ever was, right? So how can you have that? That's my blind loyalty bullshit. How can you have blind loyalty in a team that's banged the hell up, but you can't have blind loyalty or loyalty in your franchise guy when you know his work ethic? When you know that this guy came back 9 months after tearing 2 pieces in the knee. Not just the ACL, babe. The MCLs, you had the MCL on there. That's big time. Everybody blows ACLs nowadays. But you had the MCL.
That's babe talk.
Babe talk.
Well, ACLs are like this with guys. They come back from them. They're back 2 years after the injury. They're back to where they are. Yeah, the ACL and MCL is a double blow.
Same thing.
I know, but it's hard to come back from that quick.
It's same.
9 months, asshole. No, it's not.
Adrian Peterson came back around for 2K.
He didn't tear ACL and MCL.
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, one guy, and now we're crowding everybody. So everybody else.
And meniscus. He tore all 3.
The guy came back from it and was playing.
Won 2K.
And was playing 2K. Decent football.
He wasn't running for 2K.
He was playing decent football.
It was a switch work. It's got him back on the field.
Yes.
Stephanie Hoover, what up, Hoover?
Hoover!
She goes, the Eagles are winning, and Dave Hacksaw gets fired all in a day's work. Winning!
How the fuck has he not got fired yet, Hooves, is what I want to know. What's going on? At this point, it should be like he's a samurai and he should kill himself at this point because it's getting brutal. Like the little zigzag that they do with the knife, right? How has this not happened yet? They're unwatchable at this point. I didn't even watch last night because I turned it off after 2 goals in the first, whatever it was, 7 minutes. I was like, yep, I'm done. Can't watch them.
That's a wrap.
Can't do it. They're unwatchable.
Gotta get
and there's no fucking way you're telling me, I know this is a hockey rant for a second, but there's no way you're telling me that Carter Hart can't play right now. There's no way. All right? Because we can't save a puck. How can you not have the kid in the net? I don't give a fuck if he stinks the rest of the year. Learn by fire. Let's go. I'm done. And Hackstall, that fucking Wile E. Coyote-looking motherfucker, I hate him. Fuck.
Hanging out at the same bar as Marvin Lewis. Drinking that.
Fucking Hackstall.
Drinking that juice.
Juice.
You know how we feel about coddling fucking stars. You know what I mean? Like you might ruin his psyche.
So Frank, what
can
we
you
got?
Play or can you not play, Hart? That's it. You know what I mean? You'll find out real quick.
Frank Prale says, I'm in Carson corner, always will be. Preach it, brother. Brian Seaver says, Wentz will win us 2 more Super Bowls in the next 10 years. I'm buying that, brother. That's my point with the people out there. Like, you just can't count this kid out. I see too much of his fan base just out on the kid because he's banged up or because early on in the career he had some injuries. Like, he's not the first quarterback to start their career a little bit banged up. Okay? Sure as hell won't be the last. That doesn't mean the guy's injury prone. It doesn't mean it yet.
No.
His story's not finished. And to finish it after, 3 years, two and some change, essentially playing, to say that story's done isn't fair to him. Like, you think that, whatever. I'm just tired of that conversation. Yeah. I believe the kid's going to bounce back in a big way next year.
Listen, by nature.
Was I hoping it happened this year?
By nature, the quarterback takes the brunt of things. He's the leader. It's a winning league. Right? That's how you're judged at the quarterback position.
Absolutely.
So it's in that sense, it's a little bit understandable. But like if you're just watching the game, like you said, was he not sharp? Yeah, absolutely. All right, but he brought his team back on Sunday. I mean, I don't know what else you want. Like once again, whether the defense is injured or not. They didn't do their job. All right, that's the narrative, right?
Well,
you can spin it. You can spin it any way you want. And say, "Listen, didn't score 35 again, so it's on 11." No.
What did we say Wednesday?
You brought him back again.
What did we say Wednesday? Everybody wants to crown Jim Schwartz last week in the defense, right? But so we're going to say that it's okay to go 20-20 on her ass all day because you hold the 3 or you create a couple turnovers? Honestly, no, because
the biggest part of the game was when we tied it. He let the dude that's been bagging groceries for
by himself
majority of his career on an island against Amari. That's right there is unforgivable.
Absolutely.
And we came back and tied it again.
Yep.
Joyce Maticcio says Wentz is our franchise guy. This is our guy. Love it, Joyce. He is. And the people out there that don't want to believe it, it's asinine. That's the point. But if you're going to believe in anything in this city, right, there's a couple guys in this city that you can believe in, right? Carson's number 1 on my list because of the work ethic. Joe's there, right? The Phillies, I believe in Nola a ton. You can believe in Hoskins. He can be your guy, fine. But I'm more of a believer in Nola as, like, the guy there, okay? But there's certain guys that I believe in this city that are young players, right? But that's why I don't understand. Like, if you can believe in all this other stuff, how do you not believe in him? He's the least of our issues moving forward. This roster and Howie Roseman need to draft better, okay? Because that's going overlooked here, that we don't draft good enough. We haven't, and if you're going to sign Carson to a big extension, which is going to happen in the next year, okay, you got to draft well. Because then you can't go out and sign all the pieces you want to sign. So you have to win it in the draft. You cannot be the Green Bay Packers and have your star quarterback and nothing around him because you don't draft well enough. You can't because you will not be successful, no matter how good Carson is. Drew Brees had years where he wasn't successful in New Orleans. As soon as Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara are drafted, he's right up there because
so you could talk about
now you got talent.
No, the running game is obvious. That's evident. That's the elephant in the room. If you want to say that, but
yeah.
I would say that he has plenty of weapons, though. You understand? So that shouldn't be. That's not an excuse.
For who?
Carson's.
Oh no, yeah.
I mean, you're talking about going forward. Yeah, I get it.
No, I'm saying in 2 years, you can't expect to have all these
Well,
weapons.
we need to draft a lineman.
If you don't draft well, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Peters is done.
well, the list goes on, Wills.
I know he's a warrior out there, but we got to draft a lineman.
You want to get corner help. You need a middle linebacker. You need more defensive line help. You need offensive line help.
Well, maybe
you need a running.
maybe it's
you know
time
what I mean?
to look
It's
at
not,
a corner. Maybe
this
it's
isn't
time to
just-
look. Maybe it's time to free agent a corner because the drafting of corners hasn't really worked for us.
The draft of everything. For
I agree.
Howie Roseman, if you look at his drafts, you need to come away with 30% of your draft are starters for your football team, or you can't be successful. Not just roster guys. 30% of your draft, or 25%, whatever you want to say,
Of each draft? Is that what you're saying?
yes, of each draft needs to be starters. Like you expect your first round guy to be starters, but we've missed after the first round. We missed on a ton. Too many reaches, too many chances. Okay, I'm not gonna crush him over Sidney. Like Sidney's a great pick in the moment, and his story's still undecided. Hurt a ton.
Oh, he's hurt.
Hurt a ton.
He's hurt again.
But
you could see that last week.
But
when
we're
he was
gonna
trying to run, he was
find
hurt.
out for sure, like next year, like if it's the same thing, right? And that's fine. If it is, it is. But my point is he's missed on a lot. Look through his drafts. You guys all want to crown Jordan fucking Mailata because he played rugby. Or certain guys like, no, I want football guys. I'm not saying the guy can't be any good, but you know what I mean? Like our fan base gets all like crazy about these guys. The guy's been lackluster in the draft. He's here to draft well, okay? Signing free agents is easy. That's easy talk. You target a guy, you go get him, right? Trading, he's been creative. I get that. He's been good on other things. But in terms of the draft, he's been bad. Hasn't been good. Hasn't. Outside of the first round, there's a lot to be desired. And I don't think that can just go overlooked for another year. Or this football team, when that big deal comes for Carson, there's not going to be enough talent around them.
Yeah.
And then you're leaving your franchise guy out to dry. Now, they still going to win games because he's going to be that good? Yeah. But they're not going to be to the level they were and all the talent they had the last two. You know what I mean? Now, maybe with some of these injuries to key places like Darby, Ajayi with ACLs, maybe they're guys you can get for one-year deals, prove-it deals. Maybe. You know what I mean? If you're worried about not being able to replenish enough, okay? Because you got sort of helped out with some of them injuries. Where it's like, okay, we're going to have to pay this guy a lot of money anyway. Well, now he just tore an ACL. Well, maybe we can get him on a little cheaper. Maybe a 2-year deal. You know what I mean? So we'll see how Howie Roseman. But to me, I'm here all offseason on him. Because this is a big offseason for him. If everybody else can get crushed in the city, right, for a bad product this year,
Well,
so can he.
You've been a Howie hater forever.
I'm not a Howie hater. I'm not a Howie hater.
Howie realist, maybe.
I'm a Howie realist. I mean, everybody thinks I got a hate hat on this week. I'm upset. Okay? I expected more this year. Too many injuries, too much inconsistency, okay? And we haven't been good enough. And that hurts me because I was Crown City all season, right? I didn't stop walking up and down Broad. Did a couple laps. You know what I mean?
Maybe one.
It's upsetting to a guy, to a glass half full guy like myself. It's upsetting. You call me a dreamer? Because I am, Wills. And they're crushing it. They're making it a nightmare.
Tommy believes.
They're making my dreams into a nightmare.
He's like a motivational speaker.
Family, Carson Wentz talk tied right into the doc that we got on the line right here.
Dreams crusher. He's a dreams crusher.
And fam, any questions for the doc, chime in. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We'll read them off to the doc for you. We got Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Princeton, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them at specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Doc, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
What's up, Doc?
Hey, what's up, Doc?
I'm trying, Doc. That's the best I can. That's the best I can say right now. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to believe that, Carson will come back stronger next year. I'm trying to find some belief in all this stuff. But Doc, when you first heard about the back, what was your thought? And obviously you're not deep into it because you're not evaluating him. But is that timetable of about like 3 months rest good enough to get him back to 100%?
Yeah, I mean he'll get back to 100% on this. It's just time that needs to heal. He's got to do the right things for it. This stress fracture, I think that's what they're calling it. The spine. So, a lot of times that can happen just because it's cumulative force, stress on the back. It could happen with one, guy falling on him forcefully, but it's a stress fracture. It's not like the bone is split in half. It's just like a fracture line. So that'll callus. That'll heal over in a few weeks, and then he's just got to get it strong. the core and all that stuff. So, but I would expect him to fully recover from that. There's no question about that.
Yeah, I think that's how everybody feels. What was I going with the Carson?
Is it something that's been there for, do you think it's been nagging him for a while? He probably maybe got it early on when he was getting beat up, you think, Doc?
Well, they were saying he was complaining of like back stiffness and things like that. And, you could have that obviously because it's just a muscle being tight, going through the rigors of the NFL. But, maybe there was an underlying pain signal coming from the bone, so to speak. And, that's causing the muscles to get tight on them. And, it's something you may not just be, it might be not readily apparent initially, even on exam. It might be like, okay, yeah, he's got some back tightness and it'll resolve. And with the rest, it probably does. But then, you put yourself into positions where you get a lot of that forced stress in the back and the symptoms kind of come back. So, and then sometimes, you take an x-ray and you don't see it, because it's sometimes hard to see. And you need something more advanced like a CAT scan or MRI to start seeing some change in the bone.
Doc, could that kind of fracture, lead to anything in the arm? Maybe some, tingling in the arm or something that can affect his accuracy in his throws,
Well, I don't think from a nervous system standpoint, because the fracture's in the lower spine. So if anything, I don't know, maybe it would affect his legs, but I don't think there's any nerve involvement here. It's purely bone and the muscles tighten up around it and in a way to kind of like protect it. So from a nerve standpoint, I don't see his accuracy being affected. However, when you throw, it's not just the arm that's moving. You have whole trunk movement, including the spine. So if he's got back pain, then he's probably altering the way he moves, like we've discussed before, and that might affect his accuracy, but not from like a nerve standpoint.
It makes sense because that would, to me, Doc, that would equal the early game struggles offensively and from him that we've seen. Because the way I look at it, and tell me if I'm wrong, because I could just be hoping right now. But if you talk about a tight back and you having back issues, you would expect for that thing to loosen up as you play more so than early on in the game. So maybe that's for some of the reasons for these slow starts offensively, for the early missed throws that are just not Carson type things. Maybe it stems from that back being tight early on, and then as it loosens up and you play more of the game, maybe that's why we've seen him better later on in football games. Is there anything to do with that, you think?
Yeah, that's a pretty good point there. You're right. If the muscles can loosen up, then he's freer to move. Like we talked about last week, I think part of his issue is not that he's not physically stronger or his mobility is not back in regard to his knee. I think there's a big confidence and mental factor that he just will continue to improve as he gets more reps and game time that he's still dealing with. And now he's got a back pain he's got to worry about. So there's two things he's contending with.
Yeah, two big things. And, Doc, I know you probably heard it or you might not have heard it, but then there's been some former Eagles that wanted to, take to social media that give their thoughts on this Eagles medical staff, which is a new one, obviously. But Emmanuel Acho, was a few days ago, he said, I told the world the Eagles had a bad medical staff. People thought I was bitter. 299 days later, they fired their head trainer just 17 days after winning the Super Bowl. 593 days later, after a plethora of inexcusable, lengthy injuries to stars, people now believe me. But, it's an interesting take on what he had to say, but it's also a brand new staff. So, can Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman, define if this is a staff thing or what is it on why this football team for the last 2 years has been probably the most banged up team in the league. And you can't really blame that on a staff, but it seems like this staff is taking the heat for all this stuff. And I don't think all of it's fair, honestly, Doc. I don't think all of it's fair. I don't think the medical staff deserves all this heat because of injuries. I think some of it's players, but you're hearing more and more players saying that, they told me I was okay. Earl Wolf's another one that said, his knee was banged up and he continued to play and then tore his ACL and MCL after the docs told him to continue to play. So it's really weird stuff that's going on down at the NovaCare complex, and it seems like it's been going on for now a couple of years, Doc. And now a new medical staff this new year. So I just don't know how they change it again. It's sort of my question to you. Like, would they flip it again and bring a whole new staff in for the second time in 2 years?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it just seems we obviously don't know all the inner workings, right, or any of it at all. But I mean, it just seems weird that the staff all changed, and all the injuries we've had. It seems like we've had more injuries than any other team, or maybe that's just because we're so closely tied to it in this, to this team. But I don't know, man. You would like to think, obviously, that, the docs are doing exactly what they need to be doing. I'm sure they are, and it's just, I don't know what the factors are, man. It's just
bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A streak of bad luck. I don't know if we could say that, but it is perplexing.
It's just unfair. I mean, Doug the other day, Doc, he was up on the podium for however long, and they absolutely drilled this guy with probably 100 questions dedicated right to Carson and right to the injury. And I said, it's unfair for him to have to answer that many questions not related to the football game coming up. And then people get upset because he gets frustrated with the questions. And, I don't know. I think around the NFL that teams need to start allowing their doctors to answer some questions. You know what I mean? Or somebody in their medical staff that come take the podium for, 10 minutes a week and just answer some questions. Because I think it's becoming unfair for all these questions, not only for Doug Peterson, but around the league where head coaches have to talk injuries when they're not, they're football guys. Not saying they don't know what the injury is, but they're football guys. They don't know the deep things that have gone on with injuries or what's been talked about or any of that
They
stuff.
need to go the way of the Belichick, where he just he'll play when he's ready.
Yeah, but they won't stop. And so that's the thing.
That's
Doc,
fine.
do you think medical staffs could be more open to the media? Is there any way around that? I mean, I know when you're talking about, patient, doctor, whatever, you know what I mean, with that kind of stuff, they don't have to go deep
Privilege.
they don't have to go deep into the injury, but do you think it's a smarter move to start bringing medical staffs out to answer some questions?
Yeah, I mean, because, it's like it seems like when a coach gets up there, it's all part of a scripted narrative that they've all kind of said, all right, this is what we're going to be saying. And then it's just, if questions continue and then they haven't practiced answering that part of the narrative, it just seems like then they don't know what they're talking about, or it just seems like, they haven't thought of it. And I don't know. I mean, there may be some merit to having the medical staff up there because you'll get more, I think, direct answers or accurate answers. But, yeah, I mean, it is frustrating as a fan, man. You get Peterson up there, who is the coach, and that's what he should be doing is coaching, not, doing triage and answering questions medically.
Yeah, it makes them look agitated and just.
And then the fan base gets frustrated with them, and it's like, well, guys, if you're going up there to talk about football and in-game stuff, okay, you expect a couple answers about Carson and you answer them, but my whole thing and why we need to get A2D into them questions is because once the guy next to me asks about Carson, well, that can go in my article. You know what I mean? Or once the fourth guy asks about Carson, don't I got enough information? But all these guys want their name tied to Doug's question so they can say in their article or piece that, well, Doug said this to me. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, I just heard from 5 guys that asked the same question I'm going to ask. How about I switch my question up? How about I say, hey, Doug, what can we do to win this football game Sunday? I don't know.
I know technically we're a media company, but it's probably just because most media people are pieces of shit.
I'm not disagreeing. Hard to disagree with that one. But yeah, it's sad what's happened. And to me, if it was the same medical staff we had last year and that we had over the last few years that all this heat's coming on, then I would say, hey, there's something to the medical staff. But when we completely swapped that out and brought a new one in, it's hard to say, well, that's the reason. Maybe just players taking care of their body better here. As a whole, not about Carson, just as a whole, with all the injuries that have happened. Or just, hey, maybe we have a bunch of guys that can never stay healthy, and it's not everybody else's fault.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure there was a complete overhaul. I think a couple main guys got switched out, but because there's some guys that stayed over. I was reading somewhere in the Inquirer, I think, but not everyone was let go. It was some of the bigger guys. I think like the head athletic trainer, and the one that some of the head doctors were like, they didn't retain. So, but some guys stayed.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe them guys are now. The guys are going to be targeted this offseason. Because I just think, these are questions that, with Jeffrey Lurie, when he does his end of the year presser, these are questions that should be asked to him. He's the owner of this team, rightfully, so he should be answering the tough question at the end of the year. And these are part of the questions. He's $1 billion owner. He pays the bills on everybody that's a part of this organization and football team. So to me, just you oversee it all. I want to hear what you have to say after the season on all this. Yeah. Because like you said, Doc, it's hard to find this injury, week 6 or 7 if it's just some back spasms and, guys tight and you don't find anything more. And then the more as he plays, like you said, and takes hit after hit after hit, now it comes out that, it's a back fracture. Now everybody's running saying, he's been on the injury report since week 6 and 7. Yeah, how did nobody know?
To me, that's the bigger point. Was there, I don't want to say like a cover up, but is there, you want to just know, like, they're being honest with you. You can't blame, the medical staff or doctors for, people getting hurt. You got to take care of yourself as a pro athlete better. We talked about that before with the doc, But it's just like, hey, is there a misdiagnosis? Is there, like I said, I don't want to use the word cover up, but is there like, is there a code like, hey, just play through it? This is the NFL, toughen it up. You know what I mean? And then a guy gets worse, or you don't tell us what really the injury really is, and then all of a sudden, the guy's out for a year after, a guy like Jalen Mills, which you thought it was an ankle sprain, now he's out for the year. Not an ankle sprain, but it wasn't that bad of a foot injury. Then next thing you know, he's out for the year. So it's just, to me, it's one of those things. Like, let's have some a little more transparency and I guess honesty, or if that's the case,
So Doc,
the other thing is with that is like it's a two-way street, right? So when the docs and the athletes are conversing, hopefully the athletes are being forthcoming too with what they're feeling, because they don't want to be taken out or lose their position, right? So it's almost like when we deal with like concussions, sometimes they don't report symptoms because they don't want to be taken out. So, you have to, there's a little bit of subjectivity that the providers or the healthcare providers rely upon to help make decisions, and then kind of integrate that with their objective findings, their testing.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, spot on, Doc. Especially a guy like Carson that worked his tail off to get back to this point, and then now you have some back spasms. The last thing this guy wanted to do was come out of football games. Period.
Yeah.
So is he going to be fully honest, like you said about? Not blaming him. Are you going to be fully honest about, hey, what's bothering you, so that we can know what direction we have to go to then treat you? But Doc, we got a big game coming up again tonight. And what's your thoughts, your score, and is there any hope that the Eagles can shock the world tonight?
Oh, man, we need Christmas to come early, and then we need Christmas to come like the next 6 weeks in a row.
6 Christmases.
Hey, listen, man, it's not mathematically over. You never know, man. The Rams have been playing tough, but, it's who knows? Look at the Saints. They play really hard. They've been playing really well. And then the last 2 weeks, they haven't. Maybe the Rams are due, and maybe it's our time to take advantage of that, And Nick Foles can lead us. Great, man. That's why he's there. If the first guy can't go, the next guy's got to go. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough one, but, you never say never,
Yeah, I'm looking for positivity. So what's your score prediction, Doc? Got us winning?
That's it, man. Just win it, man. I don't know what a prediction would be. Just win it, baby. Al Davis, channel Al Davis, man.
We win, baby, win.
We can use anything we can get tonight. Anything we can get. So, Doc, anything coming up you guys have going on over there, or just the usual? And that's what I got for you.
Yeah, man. No, it's just the usual. We're very fortunate. We're very busy right now, which is excellent. Heading to the end of the year, so we're looking forward to 2019, and just kind of getting out in the community and kind of figuring out where we want to be. And once we know those type of dates and events, obviously we'll shout them out so people know. But otherwise, it's getting close to the holidays, so hopefully everyone has like a good family time and gets to relax a little bit.
Absolutely, Doc.
Yep, that's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal. But yeah, I see a little bit of positivity in you, Doc. You're still hanging on, and I'm trying to feed off of that right now, because that's all I was looking for today was for somebody to bring me back into the green glasses and the glass half full guy. And I feel like I'm slowly getting back there today.
In unrelated news, Doc, so you know, just try in the future. Try not to give Tom any credit because he fist pumped on air when you told him that was a great point. So,
well, I mean,
just try to keep it. More on yourself. Take more credit for yourself, and just tell him. Maybe that's a slightly good point.
It was a Tiger-esque 17th putt.
Yes, Sunday red
fist pump that he gave.
Well, when a professional tells me, yeah, that's right, I'm going to get excited.
And I just want the doc to know what we're dealing with here. That's all. I want him to have all the information.
I know he's listening.
Everyone knows you
I get away with the fist
Everyone knows you start stiff and loosen up. Come on. Acting like you're the first person to say that.
Hey, are we going to you mentioned, black and red Sunday Tiger-esque. I mean, hopefully we're going to get pumped up this much for golf season, right?
Yeah.
I'm in.
I
love golf.
Spidey.
I'm not good at playing it, but I do enjoy it.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm brutal at it, but I enjoy a front nine. Anything over 9.
I usually like the back 9. That's when I'm too drunk to care what my score is.
It's your shot, ass.
At the first drive of the day.
That's where if I hit one good, I'm like, yeah, pick it up.
At the first one of the day, slices 200 feet. I just stop picking up the clubs. I just putt. The rest of the day.
Putt for dough. That's what they talk about. Drive the show, putt for dough.
Get out of my head.
Doc, go Birds tonight. I know we'll obviously be talking next Sunday, hopefully about a win and our playoff chance is still alive. And we'll continue to monitor Carson, obviously, throughout the next few weeks. Not monitor him, but I'm sure he'll be a topic of conversation moving forward as well. And hopefully we don't have to have this conversation anymore about Carson.
Yeah, I hope not, man.
We've been talking too much about him. It's been a topic of conversation. He's made it easy on us because there's been either the knee or the back or something, but it'd be nice to stop talking about him for a little bit.
That's right.
Injury-wise. Doc, talk to you next Sunday. Go Birds. Have a great day.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
See you, Doc.
You too, Doc. See ya.
Everybody joining us, that was Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Princeton, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Guys, yes, we'll talk a little Sixers for the family out there that was begging for some Sixers talk. We'll continue our Eagles conversation on the other side as well. We're going to do NFL Whiparound. We'll give you our predictions against the spread so you can make some dough out there and get the wife something good.
Winter meetings.
Or the husband if you're a woman listening, or, if you're a jumper, I had no way to just
dump the bit. Dump the bit.
Whoever you
dump out.
Whoever you
cut his mic.
Cut the string. Cut the string. Cut the string.
Dump out. Dump out.
Yeah, this is when we start moving on the picture.
Cut the string. Whoever your significant other is.
All our viewers in San Francisco just left.
Yeah. Zuck's going to cancel the feed any minute now.
Everybody in Collingswood's out.
Can't even have fun anymore. Can't even have fun.
That's a Jimmy the Greek moment. We start moving off screen. Hold on. Tom's burying himself. Hold on.
Not my word, just his. All right, man, we'll continue the conversation on the other side. If you're ever on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, head over to YouTube or the website. Join us over there. We still need your score predictions. Offensive, defensive players of the game. We need that shit still. You want to win money? It's your only chance to win it. Agree, disagree. HUD Radio. We'll see you on the other side, fam.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Folks, Bob Mannery.
You're listening to the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Round two, agree, disagree, A2D Radio, live from the Real Talk Studios. Every Sunday, we're brought to you by our doc, got to make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Princeton, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Robbie Pope on the ones and twos. The doc joined us in the first half of the show, and we talked a lot of Carson, some medical staff, some tweets that were put out. all that fun stuff.
We talked birds, We still talk birds if you want to.
Continue to talk Eagles.
Continue to give us your predictions and your players of the game.
I know Kyle was chiming in, and he thinks the Eagles went outright. And, of course,
let's get it.
Says Nicky with 4 TDs.
Let's get it.
And he says, sup, fam.
Big Dick Nick out. Let's get it.
Todd Womack says, Philly Dilly, guys. What up, Todd? And he says, game day. Let's get it. I want to read you guys.
Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about, Todd.
I want to read you guys a quote that Zach Ertz said. Not that it really matters, but, to Kyle's big day out of Nicky, I'll read you a little quote that Ertz said. He said, Nick is a Super Bowl MVP, quarterback for a reason. We have a ton of confidence in him. He's going to go out there and give his all like he always does. Nick is a heck of a QB. We're excited for him to play. Now, what are you going to say? But, yes, it's a nice little quote from Zach, and can Nick come to play? I mean, listen, I think it goes, like I said, my issues were it's deeper than Nick. His offense hasn't been consistent enough. Okay, his defense hasn't been good enough. They're too banged up. So it's deeper than Nick. But
are you coming back out?
No, I'm making a point. But
popping your head out of the
Nick
sand?
has shown in his whole career when he's hot, he's hot. What Nick are you getting today? I think that's the question of the family.
Kids on a heater.
Right? Like what Nick?
Kids on a heater.
What Nick are you going to get
When's
today?
the last Nick that we saw?
A good one. No,
it wasn't that good. No, it wasn't that good.
Bucks.
Wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't that good.
Now you can make the argument. No Alshon, no Golden. You know what I mean? You can make that argument. You could essentially make that argument.
You could.
So, okay, I'll buy into that argument. But for a minute, the rest of the team is just not good enough. So if you can get players to step up like they did last year, then you never know. Now, can you have enough guys left to be able to step up? Offensively, you do. Defensively, you don't. Now, can you create turnovers? Can you get a couple interceptions or a fumble or a strip sack down in their end to lead to an easy 7? You need some of them things to go right. Some of the things that obviously didn't go right, play one in the Dallas game, you need that kind of thing to go right for you this Sunday. But my whole issue is, can this team get back up? Because Doug talked to him last week that game was essentially their season. That was the mantra going into that Dallas game. And to lose that game, even though you're still alive because Minnesota isn't good enough and Carolina isn't good enough, can you get back up? Now, it's primetime football. These are pros. They should get up because now the whole world's watching you.
Meager coming for your neck.
But
let's be honest, Tom. You don't want him to win.
That's not true.
That's what the Nitro says.
That's not true.
You don't want him to win.
That's
Neck
not
talk.
True. That's not true. And I'll tell you why that's not true. I said earlier in the week, and I made a mistake in the falling into guys like Kyle's traps, okay, who's an 11. He won't tell you he's a hater, but he's a hater of 11 because he's a Nick guy, and that's fine. But I fell into your guys' traps where I wanted Nick to not play well. Well, I retracted that statement. Like every video I do, it's in the moment.
Came out like Doug Williams, and he did it, an apology tour.
Yep. Book signing, the whole nine.
You caught me on.
Are we really comparing Nick throwing 5 picks to Doug Williams' comments?
No.
Well, we just did. We just
No,
essentially compared
we're just saying that you're on an apology tour.
Okay, a little different to
You're
me.
just going around town just shaking hands and kissing babies. That's all.
You're reading the statement. Right?
I'm just trying to say that.
A2D you put out. You put
I
out.
was
My video earlier does not reflect the feelings of this radio station.
Well, I think it did in the moment. Because if you would have read the stuff I was reading, you guys would have felt the same way for a minute. For a minute, and that's all the video was. And I said yesterday that I'd take it back because I love Nick. I love what Nick helped us do here. But my issue is the people with short-term memory. My issue with the people that say Nick won us that Super Bowl and forget how good that D was. My issue is the people that forget how good Carson was before he got fucking hurt. That's where this all ties from. The people who are short-term.
Who's forgetting?
A lot of people. You don't read enough.
But it's
You're not online enough.
NFL stands for not for long, dude. All right? Let's go, man. You got to live in the moment, Tommy.
Jerry
You
Glanville.
got to live in the moment, Tommy.
What's the moment, Wells? That we lost a backbreaker last week?
The moment
What's
is that
the
we can
moment?
still make the playoffs. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Nick coming out slinging today. Tommy's going to be cursing. He don't want it. I think I'm with Kyle. I'm with Meager. This is crazy. This is crazy talk. This is crazy talk. I agree with Kyle. Tom don't want him to win.
Why?
He don't want him to win.
I'm an Eagles fan.
No, he's not.
What?
He's not.
now we're spitting that nonsense to the people?
No, I mean, listen, you're an Eagles fan, okay? You may have been a Cowboys fan in your past life. You're an Eagles fan now, Okay, everything's for.
How was I ever a
forgiven.
Cowboys fan?
Skeletons.
I don't know.
You always give me
Open the
mistaken
closet.
for sticks.
You open the closet.
Jay was the one running around with Cowboys gear. What closet I open up, Wells? Going to watch the Eagles play in Dallas when I was 12 years old
Who's been
and
on-
being Cowboys players? If anything, it shows you my loyalty, Daddy, because at a young age.
Who's been hanging out with Emmitt Smith? Huh?
So
Who
you're
was
not
getting-
going to hang
who
out
was
with
getting
Emmitt
his who was on Dallas Stadium turf?
during an Eagles-Cowboys game?
I'd have spit on him.
I'm not saying I was happy. I was wearing an Eagles hat and an Eagles jersey when I met all the Cowboys players. Yeah, dude, get a fucking clue. You're gonna start acting like I'm six. Six was running around with Cowboys gear on at 6, 7, 8 years old.
He's immediately
okay?
deflect.
Because it's not true.
Deflect.
Not true.
Deflect. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, but
You're
I
an
don't like
Eagles.
the
You're an
I don't
Eagles
like the lies of the family. You know what I mean? It's one thing off camera. You want to jab about not being don't do it to the family because then they start thinking I got an agenda, and my agenda's always been
You don't have an
Eagles
agenda.
green. My agenda's always been
We're
that
diehards.
I
Listen,
believe.
I
always
told you
wanna
this.
Believe.
I told you this
Stop
earlier.
not believing.
I told you this earlier. Okay, on your post, I think it was like 2 days ago or whatever. Okay, I will tell you that you're diehard. I know for a fact you are because I seen you say 16-0 after Bradford lit up Green Bay.
Yep, you were
in
there.
the preseason. Okay,
You were there.
I was there. I was 15-1. I know. I was right there. I had a loss though. I had a
Blemish.
We're trying to find one. Remember? You think we
Toast
drop?
up.
You think we drop? You think we drop one to this? No, we can't drop one on this team. We drop one on this team.
Preseason hype. That was so much fun, though.
Oh, it was awesome.
And we stuck.
We were so pumped.
And we were so bad.
We were terrible.
David Roskin now saying Eagles have a chance.
Dave's back.
See, Kyle, that's my issue with you. You said it's not that I'm a hater. I just think Wentz is damaged goods, and we'll go after a huge contract. I want to see him play another full season first. You just said he was damaged goods, which means you would be out on him, brother. Come on, he's damaged goods at 26. You're damaged goods. Okay, modern medicine, babe. You're damaged goods at 26.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
That's my issue. I just we can do that all day.
See, you got to learn to keep it moving. See, you let a lot of people get to you. You got to keep it moving, buddy. Nothing to see here. Just keep it moving.
Nothing
man.
to see here.
Keep your stress down, and just keep it moving.
They tie in the video. That's why I love it. Like I hunt for stupidity early on in the mornings. I'm like looking for somebody to say something stupid. Anybody, group, wherever, and then it gets my blood boiling. I've been called a hater for the last 24 hours now.
You got to just drop your videos and then leave, and just leave it behind.
I usually
do.
See
what happens. Watch
the
cloud.
Good things usually happen.
Start a sword.
And then you come back in, and that's what happens. You stick your head back.
People are a
You
fan.
already did it. Leave it.
People are a fan.
I'm not saying that.
I know you're not saying. I'm just confirming.
Saying,
People are a fan.
You're getting agitated. You get agitated.
Do 2 videos a day and try to. Yeah, okay. Before I was going to take a shot.
You don't have a job, so you
have
hope
a
you do
job.
2 a day.
This guy. It's like when you take a shot at me working,
take any shots.
it's almost the same shot you're taking right over here, which is sort of amusing to me because we both essentially do the same thing.
No.
We don't?
Absolutely not.
We don't? We're not.
you
We're just
don't.
in different places doing essentially the same fucking thing.
No.
We absolutely are.
Absolutely not.
Deflecting.
I'm not deflecting. You got your ad. You're unbelievable. Yeah, you're unbelievable. Don't let him.
100%
Don't let him.
deflection.
I'm trying to get back up.
It's like
I'm
he's
calling
playing
it.
hockey.
I'm calling it. Back
He
up.
said
Back up. I need back up.
deflecting.
I need back up. I need back up. And it's the first time I actually sat here and thought about it. Like, wait, he does the same fucking thing I do.
No. Not true.
It's not a
He's in the Hall of Fame. Who are
No
you?
shit, he's in the
Why
Hall
are we
of Fame.
hiring you?
Oh my God! It's not about hiring me.
Oh, well,
it's
there
not
it
about
is.
who's better.
There it is.
It's not about
Yes,
who's
it is.
better. I never
Yeah,
said
it
that.
is.
I
But
never.
that's part of the gig.
Okay, to say he does a better job than me is a different story than him doing the same thing.
Well, why would you go below? Why would you? I mean,
I'm not saying you
are
come to me.
cheaper? Are you
I'm not saying you're looking to hit better. You come to me. Okay, go to the Hall of Famer. But we do essentially the same thing. I listen to my uncle a lot. I try to be like a little sponge.
Now listen, don't take this personal, okay?
Yeah,
But
of
I
course.
feel,
Of course
I feel
not.
Like, I feel like
prefaced it.
I prefaced it. I feel
all
like
due respect.
I feel like John pays you for mentioning him on air.
I
and
haven't.
you just come toss some balls. That's what I think. That's what I think.
I haven't mentioned in how long. I haven't mentioned.
Nah, I don't know about all that.
It's been a minute.
I haven't mentioned it in a while.
Might have been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
I'm sure we've heard it.
So he's paying me to give him one plug a show?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, he'll throw some balls. It'll be fine. I'll toss the balls to the kids.
Dude, I have a
Pretend
fucking
like he's a
clue.
coach. It'll be good.
I have a fucking clue. Okay, now you're trying to really take shots at all the knowledge sports-wise with me, and I love it. But,
I love it.
you know, I just think it's funny. You don't work. Well, you works whatever you're doing to make money.
I love you.
And listen, I'd much rather at times switch jobs with people too, because it gets a little in the winter. It's blah. You know what I mean? You're not competing for nothing in the winter. It's just you know, a lot of the same things that are said. It's almost like you getting stiff with a tip. They're like, I'm not getting stiff. It's just like I say the same things over and over and over again, so you know what you're going in for. Same.
Yeah, it's not cool.
ABCD. All right, what do we got? We'll go through the games.
Yeah, we can do
Go
that.
through the games. What do we got? Kyle
We're
said.
for the Gens.
Oh, the Harlem's in the house. What up, Harlem?
It's semifinals for fantasy. If anybody's got some fantasy questions they want to throw our way, we'll answer them.
No, Harlem goes, I want the Foles to win so the Eagles fans can freak out. Yep.
That would happen.
Alexander Verrucci, I don't know why he gets upset when people say Nick is better than Carson. You know it's fucking true. What? Oh, he says, I'm just kidding. Carson's the guy, but I love Foles too.
JK?
I love them both too.
He JK'd you at the end?
Yeah, I love Nick too. It's not I don't like Nick. All right, what do you got? Game wise, let's win you some money.
All right, the Gens.
The Gents.
We're out there for you. Kid's got a fresh stack and a DK. I'm going to be throwing some shellings around today.
Yeah, good job last night by the big fella.
Boom.
Kid had a big one. It's about time. Hey, I shell a lot of money out to it. I hit a big one occasionally. Okay, we're starting at 1 o'clock. Dolphins at Vikings. Dolphins coming off a big W at Minnesota. Minnesota minus 7.5 and growing.
Change of coaches. It's a roll job. Vikings rolling. I hope not. But.
I think so too. Give me the Vikings. I will lay the points.
What's the points?
7.5.
In Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people vaulting that Dolphins offense, though. You think Vikings shut them down?
Dolphins historically after they beat New England, they lay an egg.
Yep, so I'll go against the trend on this one. I'll take the Fins plus the points.
Yeah, I don't like the
They
line.
play everybody
I think
tough.
the line smells, and then like I said, got rid of the flip, and now it's like, all right, now it's on you, Captain. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I just think that the Dolphins play everybody tough, so I'll take the points. They're usually in football games.
You know
Raiders.
Let's go.
And we need them to win if we want any hope. So
Dalvin Cook, big day.
Raiders at Bengals. Bengals minus 3.
the Bengals shouldn't give anybody points, honestly, and the Raiders shouldn't give anybody points either. I'm going to go with the Raiders in this game.
I'll take the Bengals.
The Raiders.
Give me the Bengals. And I'm not confident in that. Just give me the Bengals.
No, don't lay a lot on that.
I'll let you know my picks I like.
Yeah, I said the
Buccaneers at Ravens. Ravens minus 9.
Man, it's a lot of points.
I like Tampa in this game. It's a lot of points. All right, you gotta. I know. If you're like in a bind and you're thinking about starting Lamar Jackson maybe in fantasy, I think that you could do pretty well with Lamar Jackson in today. But that's a lot of points. Bucs score points, man. They do. I don't care who they're playing. They score points. I think the Bucs are in this game.
Joe Flacco is active today, but will not be starting. Lamar Jackson will be. So, I mean, that could be the potentiality of a hook, which you fear in fantasy. But
well, if he's hooked, then he's not going to get fantasy points anyway because he ain't playing well.
Yeah.
Give me the Bucs.
Truth.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. Give me the Bucs.
Cowboys at Colts. Colts minus 3. I hate to say this, but give me the boys. They're rolling.
Playing well. Cowboys.
I'm taking the Colts in this game. You're coming
Cowboys
off,
are locked now.
Okay, because you're coming off.
Oh, my God. Poke the bear. Poke the bear.
Continue.
You're coming off 2 big wins, and sometimes, and I'm not saying the Cowboys aren't a tough team. I'm just saying sometimes you stub a toe, and Indy's a good team too, right? And
they are. I think it's low scoring.
They're at home
for everyone out there.
So I'll take the Colts.
I fear that rookie linebacker. His name's fleeting me, but he's got like 120 something tackles.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, sick.
2 linebackers for the Cowboys are
true.
nice.
Yeah, I'll take the Colts to win by a touch.
All right, Lions at Bills. Bills minus 2.5. Give me the Bills at home. Lions stink. I
They
know
both
both
do.
teams stink. Both teams stink, but
When in doubt, take
the rookie QB's playing for the
take
Bills,
the
right?
place that's tough to play.
He's playing, right? All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the Bills. Give me
Go
the Bills.
Bills.
Take the in a game like that. Take the place that's tough for environment to play.
Defensive TD for the Bills. If you got their defense, play them. Start the Bills today.
Parker says parlay madness. Let's go.
Parlay madness.
Spidey
Went with Dolphins, though. Coming off that win, Spidey. I don't know about
I'm
that,
with
buddy.
you. I'm with you, Spidey.
Packers at Bears. Big one. Big one for the Bears. Can clinch the division with a W. They haven't beat the Packers in like 6 straight years at home.
And you remember what happened the last time they
what's the
faced the
line?
Packers?
-5.5, the Bears are.
Remember
I
last
like the
time,
Packers
Aaron?
getting points. I think the Bears win this game, but everything's tight. That's going to be a
Close, yeah.
tight one.
Pack, give me the points. Yep.
Yeah, give me the pack. And listen, I smell an outrider today. Packers not good.
Take
but,
that money line.
But Rodgers
plus 195
Rodgers
on the money
Rodgers
line.
just loves to beat the Bears. And the last time we saw him in the second half against the Bears, it was light up city. You know, I don't know if they can do that again, but it'll be interesting to see.
Because of their price
And they
on
fired McCarthy, so he lit up the Falcons last week, too.
Yeah, definitely. Because of their price on FanDuel and DraftKings, Bears are a lock for your lineup. Absolutely. I mean, even if Packers are a little successful, they're gonna get some sacks. They're gonna get some
they do what they
turnovers.
do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're only 3,700 on FanDuel.
That's a good number.
Cheaper on DraftKings, but then everything's cheaper, though. Titans at Giants. Titans -2. Giants home dogs.
Man, it's a tough game because the Giants been playing tough. No,
Titans win this game.
No L. but I'm gonna go Titans.
Yeah, Titans win this game. Giants stink. All right, I think Saquon has a good game. Odell's not playing. I think the Giants defense plays decently well. It'll be like, I'm looking for like a 21-20.
Titans still
20
fighting. Titans still fighting for their lives.
24-20.
Run the football
something like
well.
that.
Yeah.
24-20 something.
Mariachi's a sneaky play too at QB.
Mariachi, is there a band?
Yeah,
Mariota.
that's my nickname for him.
Mariachi.
Yeah, I like the Titans as
The
well.
old mariachi band. Yes,
He's like the
okay.
opposite. This is fantastic. Kyle's the opposite of everything. Keep him coming.
Done on purpose, probably.
That's great. Redskins at Jags. Jags -8. That's a ton of points. I know, but it's Cody. Is this Cody Kessler versus Josh Johnson? Is that what we got rolling here? Wow.
Disgustingly, give me the Skins.
The over-under is 36, and that might be too much.
I think that's the lowest in 5 years.
Give me the Skins getting 8. That's just an awful game.
That's just a toe in the water there, but I'll disgustingly take the Skins.
Give me the Jags. I don't know why that's such a high number. Give me the Jags. I feel like there's a reason that's a high number.
Cardinals at Falcons. Falcons -9. Falcons don't deserve to give anybody 9 points. Give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I'll go Cardinals in that one.
Seahawks. We're in the 4 o'clocks now. Seahawks at Niners. Seahawks -4.
Low number.
49ers play them tough, dude.
I know, it's just a low number for a bad football team.
And they just rolled them 2 weeks ago. Seattle is playing well, though. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me the Niners. I'll take the Niners.
Nice.
I'm not confident in that. Patriots at Steelers.
I sound confident in most.
Patriots at Steelers. I love Arizona today.
Steelers.
Patriots at
scuffling.
Steelers.
Pats off a terrible loss. Give me the Steelers at home. Ah, goodness gracious.
Give me the Pats.
What's the line?
Pats -2.5.
Goodness
Give me the Patriots off that loss. They don't lose 2 in a row. I know the Steelers need this game at home, but I don't see it.
Give me the Pats.
Eagles at Rams. Rams -13. Give me the Birds.
Started the show with this. I'll take the Birds to be glass half full. Even though my drinks are
Ramses in a
almost
route.
gone. Yep. It's probably going to be that, but I'm going to go Eagles. What's Monday night?
What is Monday night?
Saints,
Saints at Panthers. Saints -6.5. Give me the Panthers in that, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not confident in that, though. I love the over, though.
Struggle bus.
I think it's going to be a
but
high-scoring
they're still
game.
I mean, they're still clanging right there.
I
at
need
home.
to be high-scoring.
I'll take the 6 as well.
Give me
Reluctantly.
give me the Saints. Give me the Saints. I mean, I'm speaking for an Eagles fan right now that needs Carolina to lose. So give me the Saints, and maybe they beat them up pretty bad. Because maybe, if we lose and Minnesota and Carolina lose, you can still go that 2-1 stretch and still somehow get yourself in the dance. Carolina's got the Saints twice in 3 weeks. Tough to beat. divisional teams twice. I get that. But if there's a team you want to play a team twice, then you're like, okay, good. Yeah, go play the Saints. Like inside that division, right? And Minnesota has the Dolphins today. I'm trying to think of their last two. Sleazy will pull it up.
Yeah.
What? Who is it?
The Vikings' last two outside of today. They play Dolphins today.
They probably. Well, I assume they play somebody in division, obviously. So Green Bay or the
You got
Bears.
Detroit next week.
Ugh.
Where?
At Detroit and home against Chicago. Gulp.
All right. So, I mean, they don't got an easy stretch, too.
That Chicago Bears game, though, that smells like the Bears are resting players, though, so that might turn into an easy game.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
maybe
it
not,
depends.
though.
Well, 1-2.
Depends what happens today.
1-2. I believe 1-2, and we go 2-1. If them two teams go 1-2 and we go 2-1, we still get in the dance. Am I wrong with that?
You might be right.
I think Carolina has the tiebreaker over the Eagles. I don't know if
Head-to-head.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. I don't know if the Vikings do that.
Well, they're what? 6 and
7.
6 and 7.
They
So-
got
Vikings
they got
are-
the Saints. They got the Saints.
Yeah, because that tiebreaker would. Yeah, so we have to almost essentially win out. and-
Saints, Falcons at home next week. And they finish up in New Orleans. Saints.
So one more. So,
Saints twice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
the
said.
Falcons.
They got them twice.
They
in
go
3
0-3.
weeks.
Shoo, shoo.
Yo, 0-3 and then 2-1. You obviously get in, but I don't think if they go 1-2 and you go 2-1, I don't think it's enough because I think you're tied with Carolina then.
Right.
Correct? No.
No.
No, you beat
no,
game
no,
up.
no,
You beat game up.
If
Game
we
up.
go 2-1,
Yep,
they
yep.
go 1-2.
Yep. So
You're 8-8.
So today, with all it is, like we've been talking about all year, every game's meant everything. You could still somehow be still with a fighting chance through all this shit. You get your doors blown off tonight and lose by 40 and still wake up Monday morning or Tuesday morning with a fight, with a chance still. That's how crazy this shit's been.
Crazy.
As bad as this team's been, this is me, Positivity Tommy, right?
He's back.
Through all this, because them two teams stink too, just like the entire division, and like most of the NFC, there's so much parity. You're still in it. It's crazy.
That's the way I love football.
And if you win tonight,
I mean, all the talk was how good the NFC was, and I'm not saying that they
Haven't
still,
lived up
they
to it.
still aren't top heavy, but it's like, could you imagine you're having an Eagles talk after a loss today, possibly getting in at 8-8
right? But imagine, so
as a wild
like
card.
you win today, though. Like they win somehow, find a way to win tonight. There's a good chance of them getting in the dance.
Yeah.
Because tonight's the one you're chalking the L up already to.
The Texans are good too, though.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
but
they
at least
sure
it's at
are.
home.
Yeah, of
At least
course.
it's at home. I don't think you're gonna. It's still tough, but that's why tonight's so important because you win tonight. Now 2-1's really realistic, and 3-0's even 3-0 over that stretch is more in the conversation. But obviously, it all starts tonight. I don't see tonight how they pull it off, but
I have seen a lot of quote-unquote experts picking the Eagles, looking ahead in the projections for the rest of the season, picking the Eagles over the Texans there because that's going to be a tough game for the Texans. They don't travel as well, and they've gotten as good as they've been. You've seen them get chumped, and that's
No.
a game that
I don't
scream
think the
that.
Texans are very good at all, to be honest with you. I think they're all right.
Right, exactly.
I think we can beat them.
yeah. Tonight's a game where you find
No,
tough to pick.
we should have no chance. We should have no chance to win tonight. Hence why we're a 2-touchdown fucking dog, basically. But crazy things can happen. We need, like, tonight's one of those games, like we said earlier, shit has to happen for us. Like, we need some turnovers. We might need a defensive touchdown, maybe a special team score. We need some shit to happen. Okay? We need them to put a ball, maybe drop a pass where a guy's wide open. Something. Shit has to happen. Funny shit. Funny
breaks.
shit got to happen.
Well, you need to sack. I mean, my number's 5 times. You got to sack Jared Goff at least 5 times a night, because 5 times means you're putting a lot of pressure. That's to me. 5 sacks is a lot in this league. This defense hasn't broken out with one of them games. Maybe tonight's a night where you can get a ton of pressure up front. You can slow Gurley down a little bit, make them a little bit more one-dimensional, and pin your ears back and go get them. But from what we've seen from this defense all year, there's no reason for me to think that. Now, have they created more turnovers over the last 3 weeks? Absolutely. So you can start to say, well, maybe we'll create some big turnovers tonight because they've done it more over the last 3 weeks than they did it all season. So maybe that's starting to come to our favor. Maybe we can create 3 turnovers tonight like we did against Dallas, but for points or their zone. Like
Yeah.
a turnover, them driving in, whatever, that's a great turnover. But we need more stuff like from the 50 in on their end.
You mean like get a turnover where hey, as soon as we get the turnover, we're already in field goal range.
Yeah.
Let's punch it in the end zone.
Like we're on the 25.
Yeah.
We need more of that shit. Like Dallas last week against Dallas, getting that fumble being on the 17, 18-yard line, where worst case I'm walking away with 3, and the whole momentum of this game changed because Dallas doesn't play well behind. 3-0, 7-0, they start playing behind. It's early, but 7-0, and that game changes that whole dynamic.
Oh, he missed
3.
He missed an extra point. I mean, who says he's going to miss it?
You heard my video. I said I was clear as day that all
6 seconds.
all the
100 and fucking plays later.
all
Cheese and crackers.
no, it's
It's
not.
still
It's
still
it's a
terrible
dagger.
though.
It's absolutely
because
terrible.
you're wrong. Because all you have to
terrible.
say is Eagles football, and the whole dynamic of that game changes. The whole thing changes. That's a momentum shifter. How's it not?
Yeah, you still got to finish the drive.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that all they had to say was Eagles football, and
that-
regardless of what happened after
that
that.
offense has not been great.
You know what's
So
even
that's why
worse?
we needed that.
I know,
But
guess
that's
what?
why we
Guaranteed.
needed that.
Guess
No,
what?
that's
an extra point.
No
And
shit.
guess
That's
what?
not
That rule,
guaranteed. No,
that
it's not.
rule's
But-
brutal. That rule's brutal. I think we all agree. That rule about the whole recovery, not a clear recovery, is brutal. But the guy that should be blamed the worst is the referee that said it wasn't that he was down.
Yeah.
First off, that ball was out, way out. He wasn't even close to down. That ball was out. What's that? You know what? That dude was probably sleeping. Oh, shit, was there a fumble? Oh, fuck. Fucking started the game. Down. He was down by contact. Nah, fuck that.
He had some fazools in his pocket.
Fucking cocksucker. He had some of Jerry's fazools in
That's
his
what I'm
pocket.
saying.
That's what he had.
Yeah, I understand what Sleeps is saying. My point is just because we needed that so bad for an offense that was struggling.
no, I
if you can go get a quick 7 right there, you're really in a great spot. You really are. Now, nothing's guaranteed, obviously, because the fumble recovery isn't even guaranteed anymore in this league. So nothing is. But for an offense that needed that spark, would have been huge because now that offense went and sat down for another 6 fucking minutes as they went up and down the field on their ass. And I'm not taking anything away from the offense not being good enough when they were on the field because they had a lot of 3 and outs, okay? But when you're sitting there for fucking 30 minutes in the first half, when you only play 30 in the first half, and you're fucking sitting there, or 32, you know what I mean? When you're sitting there half the first half because you can't convert on third downs, and they can't get a stop from 20 to 20, it all plays a part in the loss. It all does. So like for the crowning of Schwartz and all that shit, dude, they dominated some time possession because we couldn't get off the field defensively. As much as we made big plays and had some big stops in the red zone, overall 20 to 20, they weren't good enough either.
No, I mean you're 100%.
So it's a double whammy
But you're
on why last
completely
week.
right. As soon as we lost the coin toss in overtime, I knew it was over.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't stop them.
Couldn't stop
Even if we hold them to a field goal, there's only like a minute 20 left.
Yeah.
You know, so like what the fuck?
Yeah, the 10 minutes is outrageous.
It's got to be 15,
we
but
discussed
but
that
still,
before, but it is
we
what
let
it
him go. We let him go
Yeah.
on an 8-9 minute drive. You know, because we couldn't stop him.
No, we couldn't, and that's why my whole issue was like, you know, people were crowning the
We'll
defense.
put it at 11's feet. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, you can't get
It's all on Carson. Well, how about you help a guy out and an offense out by getting off the field on third downs and getting them right back on the field? Because the worst thing you want an offense to do is go 3 and out and sit for
If
6
there's
minutes.
not
they've been getting too much of a pass all year. I know. I mean, I'm saying from like a particular, portion of the fan base. You know what I mean? Just it feels that they're, it was still the defense and still the, they play great at home or whatever. Instead of just fucking, calling it the way it is. They shouldn't get a pass. All right, those 2 losses are huge, and it sits right at the defensive feet. And you don't even have this discussion now. You're getting in the playoffs. It's a fucking jog to get that fucking 6 seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, would have been. And Chris Long's been non-existent. Can we all see that now?
Yeah.
I mean, you had to bring him back. I was all for bringing him back. I thought he had a little bit left in the tank to play in a small role. Doesn't have to push.
Well, everyone was going
doesn't
nuts
have the
about how he
speed.
gave away his contract last year. It's because he knew he was going to play. He wasn't going to play this year and get one. That's why.
A 1-for-1er. Robbie, questions? And we'll get the hell out of here. Get
Yeah.
ready for some football.
And
Sounds
Ralphie D, we're not going to talk Lakers, okay, Ralph? They're playing well. What do you want? It's exactly what I expected them to do was this. I was the one that told you 3 seed. Remember? So what? What do you expect? You get the best player in the world. Of course, you're not playing bad basketball.
Ralph, how's it feel to be 0-2 already today and the Eagles haven't even played yet? You know what I mean? Because you came at the dog about trying to say that Foles is a free agent next year when that's a lie because it's a team option, which doesn't make him a free agent yet. Okay? Well, he could be one. All right? And you want to start saying that, this guy doesn't do a little semi-homework or at least read things because I do. I might not listen to a word you say, but I read things. Okay, and then you're going to take shots. So you're 0-2. Wilson's hit you late. You're 0-2.
Not audio books.
I wasn't sure that Tommy could read, but you're 0-2.
Well, Sweeps just confirmed it. You know? What else we got to say right now? 0-2-1. You're like the Vikings.
Yeah, that tie's huge. Shankopotamus.
Everybody's like,
And the Browns could sneak in with that tie. They need They need so much help.
The tie's a killer because you want to win. You know what I mean? At the end
ties
of the day.
might as well be a loss.
Yeah,
I tell people that in the beginning of the year when people are always like, but tie's not a loss. No, it's a loss.
It's a loss.
It's the same fucking thing
What is-
because it's all about getting the same. It's all about
Wins.
getting the wins.
What is
ties
Frank,
a loss?
Frank Wright's not punting. This is a disgrace. Who the fuck cares? Go for it.
Yeah, because you know.
A tie is a loss, and it might be worse than a loss. And if you're playing for a tie, fucking kill yourself.
Man, to be a coach, in professional sports, and the Monday morning quarterback thing's got to be the hardest thing to deal with. You know what I mean? Because if you go for in spots and you get it, you're a hero, right? If you go and don't get it, it's like, oh, why don't you put the Frank Reich thing? Like, oh, why don't you put the ball? No. You go when you got a chance to win a game, you go try to win a game.
It's because media is most media's cunts.
And too many guys are trying to be.
Not really.
You know, they think that they might have this, Belichick, or this longevity. It's like, just play for the moment. Like you guys, they're just so scared. Like I said last night is an absolute disgrace. There's no reason to kick a field goal with 5 minutes to go. I understand you can get the ball back, all right, but I mean it's stupid. 4th and 1. Yeah. 4th and 6.
4th and 1 from the 5.
You kick
it's not like you're at the 30. Okay, I get it. You're at the 30. Kick a field goal.
If they
were
were
the 5,
if they were full powered, maybe I see that. But you're minus your top receiver, Manny Sanders. You're in
he's
there.
He's not good inside the 5 anyway.
But the team's
matter.
compromised. You got to try to
go
score. You got to score there.
Oh, you're saying you would? Oh, no,
yeah. Don't kick the field goal.
You can't kick.
No way.
You got to go for it.
Yeah, because now you're assuming you're going to get back down there again.
Right.
Yeah.
Our offense hasn't got down there all day.
And Phil Lindsay was quiet all game.
And luckily they did because they ran a fucking handoff. Because Greg Williams, who might get the job because they're playing better. I can't believe I'm going to say Greg Williams is going to be a head coach. But holy shit. But he doesn't. How about that moron? He don't even take the field goal.
Ask Bills Mafia.
You know
They've seen that one before.
You got to make Case Keenum go the distance to beat you. This guy goes for it. I know he was going for the kill shot, but it's just that.
What do you got, Robbie?
It's crazy.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Greg Williams going for it. I might not have ran that play because everyone knows you're running up the middle. Yeah. I mean, they're going to stop that play. I hate the 4th and 1 up the middle because everyone knows you're doing it. Do something else. But then you get killed if you do something else and don't get it. Why didn't you run up the middle? Because everybody knows you run up the middle.
It's a lose-lose.
You got to get Baker.
You got to get it. You just got to get it. That's all. Well, what it comes down to is you got to pick it up.
Got to go get it.
Got to get it.
Start off.
Got to get it.
Let's quickly shift over to baseball to start off Post 5 today. Which MLB hot stove acquisition has the potentiality of being the biggest bust? Josh Donaldson for the Braves, Patrick Corbin for the Nats, Edwin Diaz for the Mets, or McCutcheon for your Phillies? Keeping it all NL
With the
East.
3 that aren't McCutcheon.
Donaldson's beat up. I mean, I think it's a 1-year deal, so whatever they invested. But I mean, I don't see. He's to me, he's done. So.
Does that make him a bust because it's low contract?
I'll say the guy the Mets got just because he's now a Met. And fuck the
That's why I set you up, man. Set you up
Edwin?
for that.
I'll go Corbin just because of the length of the deal. And it's hard to live up to 6 years when you're a pitcher already in your 30s. And, it's hard to be able to pitch good for that long. So that to me, and the guy's had health issues already in his career and being on the field enough. So I'll go Corbin. I mean, they had to overpay to get him and sign him for that. I get all that. But if I'm going off of years and money and how arms usually last, well, you don't get many that are over 30 over 3 years. This is going to be one of them reasons, which is a good sign by Nationals. They had to. Their staff's really fucking good. So, if everybody's healthy, they're good. But that to me, it won't last long. You might get 3 real good years out of them, and then I think year 4 or year 5, you're going to see what's expected.
Yeah, I can see
Guys
that.
getting fucking older.
If he doesn't break down.
Yeah, if he doesn't break down.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. All 3 different answers. Awesome. Number 2, are the Bulls the worst team in the NBA? And if not, who is?
It's the Bulls. I think it's right.
I mean, Atlanta's pretty bad.
Phoenix is the worst team.
It might be.
And probably the worst organization. I mean, they just find a way to fuck everything up. But I'm glad you wound me up on the Bulls because I'll go fucking nuts, right? This day and age is a disgrace. They get beat by 56 last week and refuse to practice. And nothing, and it's just like everything's just like, oh, it's okay. Everything's cool with that. Like, they're cool with that. Like, you got to, every fucking guy would have been released. I don't care who the fuck it was. Right? You either fucking show up for practice or you're fucking released. I don't give a shit if it's a Sunday. You're not going to tell me how long I can fucking practice. It's just, to me, it's mind-boggling. I know it's the age we live in, and it's the fucking pussification of America. It's
I love it.
Fucking disgrace.
I love it, Sweeps.
Disgrace.
I love it. Get him.
Fucking
It's
Zach Levine. You ain't done dick.
Yeah, Zach
And you want to
Levine.
be the fucking spokesman for that fucking disgrace of a team? Shut the fuck up, Zach. Pussy.
Because you won 2 dunk contests,
Yeah.
Zach.
Oh,
Congratulations.
yeah. You can jump. That's all you can do. You fucking stink. Next question.
I love it.
Sweeps going hot. We got a hot take out of the Hall of Famer here.
Mission accomplished. All right. Let's get back to football. As we approach the end of the fantasy football season tier, who has been the MVP for your team? Not the league. Who's been the MVP for your team this year?
For my team, probably Christian McCaffrey, honestly. Guy like McCaffrey, Kelsey.
That's great. Yeah, that's a great name.
So Kelsey and McCaffrey been my two.
Mine's
James Conner, before the injury, obviously, was big. But I'll just leave him out because he's banged up now. And McCaffrey helped me win a playoff round.
I have McCaffrey as well. Breeze probably in my one league.
Mine's been Mahomes.
Yeah, that's a safe one. You got Mahomes. You've had probably
Till this fucking week though, and then I also had the guy that's kicking girls. That really hurt me. He was playing well until that happened. So yeah, it's been great. I had a great season. I was pumped up. Fucking 3 days ago, I was high-fiving air.
Front Melbourne, until the Chargers decide to run fucking reverses. I just like to grab some of these guys and go, "What are you doing?" Fucking reverse. Fucking
Agreed.
leg
Oh,
whip.
when he got whipped.
Yeah, when he got leg whipped. It was a fucking reverse.
Yeah.
Just hand the guy the
And he's
fucking
coming
ball.
in that game bagged up, too. You run that play. I mean, if he was 100%, okay, but he's coming in. You're setting him up to get hurt.
And Melvin's always banged a little
I had
bit.
Eckler. I was fine with it. Bang him up.
Hashtag,
Such a selfish
hashtag
fucking
handcuff.
prick.
You're right. I am.
I see no lies.
But there's no he's up front, though. That's what
I see no
that's what I
lies.
love about him.
I'm vocal
He won't
about
hide
it.
from it. He won't hide
I'll
from
let you know.
Gotta handcuff your studs.
He won't hide from it.
That's great. If I had him in the league, I would be fine. I would be upset as well. I just don't have him. So
All right.
Expect nothing less from you. I love it.
Moving on. Who would win in this week's fist fight? Tom Wilson, the previous winner, or Al Iaquinta, last night's UFC Milwaukee main event winner and one of the best strikers in the lightweight division in the UFC? Who wins in a fist fight, Tom Wilson or Al Iaquinta?
I can't say that guy's name, so we're going Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom for Doug.
Iaquinta.
Well, he's a loser, not a winner.
Wilson for the win.
There's one.
Uncle Tom.
Tom sticking up.
Well, my vote doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
So
You just go with Uncle Tom.
I'll go with Uncle Tom just for
See,
the
what
clean
is-
sweep.
What is Dave texting there? We're talking about this day and age,
It's
brother.
Dave
I'm
Roscoe.
not talking about it.
David Roscoe, are you a Bulls fan too? 'Cause that would make sense. That would make sense.
I'm
Just
not-
jumping around the country, aren't you, Dave?
I mean, I guess if you're
Make a lot of sense there.
are you just giving us some information? What are you trying to give us?
Steve says, "What's up, fam? Nothing better than dropping deuces
What up?
and listening in." What's up, brother? Is that the last one, right? We got another one, right?
Oh, we got Smash, Marry, Kill. This week's theme, vintage women in their prime. Think in their prime. Some of them are in the grave. All right. Smash, Marry, Kill. Raquel Welch, Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn. Smash, Marry, Kill.
MILF alert. I love it. Fucking gets my blood going.
Let me marry Marilyn.
No, not about that. That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy talk. Why would you marry Marilyn?
Because that's
Party
aggressive.
girl. No,
Exactly.
No, she's a problem.
No, like
She's
I
a
said,
problem.
She'll
She'll
cut
probably
your dick
stab
off.
you, dude. She'll
She'll
cut
cut your dick
Yeah,
off.
she'll
Fine.
stab you.
She'll cut your
She's
dick
a
off.
problem, dude.
I gotta get in and out.
She's
we'll
she's
make
a
a-
problem.
It's
We'll make a
iconic.
problem.
That's iconic pussy, bro.
Yes.
I'm in and out.
Dude, you got to JFK it, dude. All right, you in and out.
In and out.
All right, JFK was upset as soon as she's Mr. President. Shut up, bitch. Shut up.
I'll make a hoe housewife.
No, you won't. That's the worst thing you ever can do. You can't make a hoe a housewife. That's number one. All right. Fucking Maryland. Maryland's an in and out. We're gonna marry. We're gonna marry Hep. I guess we'll kick Raquel. I like Raquel Welch, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll kick Raquel. I want to smash Hep. So.
I can't believe you're
My
choosing to
man.
marry Monroe. That's a bad decision, man.
All right. Well,
You're gonna have a fun time.
In and out,
It'd be a great
yeah.
like 4 years probably, and then
In and out with Maryland.
Then who knows?
I'll marry
nobody's
Raquel.
saying if I got Marilyn
You
Monroe.
ever see the movie
I'll
Belly?
kill Hepburn.
She's gonna be like that
Everybody's
chick.
seen
She's
Belly.
gonna drop down and fucking slit your throat, like that fucking Chiquita Banana chick.
Bobbit talk.
All right. Well, I'll be out, and then I'll upgrade after that.
That's
But-
not out talk. This is marry talk.
Yeah, but
Okay,
you can
marriage
get
is
out.
for life.
I'm with you with the Hepburn. I'm with you. That's the correct answer.
Divorce is a
You're right.
sin. Okay, this is we're Catholic.
Father Wilson, how you doing?
That's it. Father Carmine.
Can't win with this fucking.
God bless.
Oh, real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to the surfing.
Lift up your hearts. We lift them up to you, my Lord.
I want to give a shout out to the Surf and Turf crew for helping me come up with that Smash, Marry, Kill for this week. Awesome event. I talked to you about it offline. I won't get on the air about it. But Frank DiCarlo and all the crew, thanks, boys. Appreciate it. I'm out.
Little vintage smash, marry, kill.
Vintage style.
Yeah, there you go.
And you get Marilyn in her prime. I mean, you got to understand where I'm going here.
Yeah, but she's
Fine.
crazy.
Took a whole bunch
Oh,
of
when
pills
she's Norma
every day.
Jean? When she's
a
Norma
fucking-
Jean?
I don't even know where she's at.
Exactly.
It's like
don't even know where
have
she's
you seen
at.
those?
Makes it so much better.
Honey, where's my dinner? I don't fucking know. I just took a whole thing of pills.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but I'm not in it for the dinner.
Bitches on lewds.
This guy, what are you going to eat?
All
Fucking
right.
monsters? Jeez.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord.
Her.
Jesus Christmas Christ. You got issues.
This is a,
TTP
You
in the
got
house.
issues.
What's up, brother?
What up,
TT show.
TTP?
Yeah, what up, TT?
Sixers play at 3 today.
Yeah, let's get a big dub today. Sixes. I can't believe you right now. It's just mind fuck. I can't believe you went there. It's crazy.
You're not worried about it?
I think it's terrible. I think it's a terrible idea.
This isn't real life.
I know it's awful. It's just terrible.
The game's not real
Len
life.
should divorce you over that pick.
Oh my god!
Can't believe he would choose
You
her.
just said that divorce is a no go.
And not in that situation.
Oh, well, but that's okay.
That one she should run for the hills.
All right.
Scooby talk.
Such a crumb. Such a crumb. All right, fam. Go
Like
Birds. Go
Jeepers,
Sixers.
Scoob. Right?
Scooby is out there. Right? Scooby's out front. Go Birds. A little 10-9-8 today, 3. It's a big one for them, too.
Let's get it.
Got to get a dub. And Jimmy's still
Big
no
Dick
go, right?
Nick, let's sling.
Jimmy's
Sling
still no
party.
Jimmy's still out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was over 40 years ago, but the crumb of the week for me, I watched the thing on Eckersley. Fucking Rick Manning. Guy stole his wife. Fucking center fielder, best friend. Fucking stole ex-wife. First wife. Jesus Christmas. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe what I was watching. Sickening. Guy's teammate, you pussy, Rick. And you're still alive.
That's happened
Go kill
before,
yourself.
too.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's very
That's
common.
I mean, like, it's happened to other
Not
places,
very
too.
common,
It's crazy.
but yeah.
It's
Yeah.
common. It's commonplace.
It's awful.
Go fuck
It is.
yourself, Rick Manning.
Yup, Rick. Go fuck yourself, Rick. Great. This is great. HUD Radio. Thanks for chiming in, fam. Love you. Tom Arno, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Roddy Perry, 1 and 2s. Thank you to our doc, Dr. Paul Vidal. Calls in every Sunday. Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton, New Jersey. Enjoy football this Sunday, fam. Go Birds. 10-9-8 it.
Pot's right.
Flyers don't matter. And maybe the Eagles sign. Maybe the Phillies sign Harper or Machado.
Time's yours.
We out.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.